frontier.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following podcast is Wrestling Daft and is scheduled for 1 hour. Maybe more. It has no real time limits, making their way into your ears. First, from a place called Barneston, he is the Pyramid. FLORENCE!
It's going to be the funniest show ever because I'm all about the comedy and the money, baby.
How much you can pay?
And his partner, the top end of Stevenson.
From Mexico City to Beef Community Centre, I've got stories that are going to blow your mind.
It's Wrestling Daft, and no, I am not Rab Florence. I'm John from the Marks programme, and things are a little bit different today because of the coronavirus. However, I am still joined from the Stevenson Dream, the top end of Stevenson, professional wrestler extraordinaire, Grado.
You're good at this, John. Well done.
Oh, thanks, pal.
You're better than writing up all the notes where there's 100 anomalies and spelling
What's
mistakes
going on
and
about my
shit like
spelling
that.
mistakes?
But you're actually pretty good at this. It's
Oh,
good
thanks,
to see
pal.
this side, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm missing Rab.
I know, I'm
Where is
missing
he?
as well. Well, he's in self-isolation.
That's crazy, man.
Listen, the boy has got 2 young kids.
He's got four kids.
Hundreds of kids. He's got filled a shoe of kids. So, Rab is quite rightly in self-isolation. The man you just heard on the microphone, however, ICW, I would say legend.
Yeah.
I would say
So?
legend.
I don't know
Mr.
about
Christopher Toal.
What's happening, Troops? Thanks for having me.
Chris was recording Football Daft just before this, and I thought to myself, what will we do to get a host for Wrestling Daft? Come on.
Yeah.
You know
Poppy.
what?
There's
That's
no-
it, you know. Yeah.
There's no... This guy at the weekend, man, right?
Well, hold on. Let's just
Alright.
hold horses now, Grado, right?
I'm quite worried that people that are watching this on YouTube will just think you've put Rab Florence in the fucking tumble dryer.
Aye. Well, let's get on to it straight away because we always like to ask you on the start of the podcast, how's your wrestling week been, Grado?
Well, do you know what? It was a very, very, very stressful week.
Go and
because
tell us about the
I'm
show
gonna
because
tell
I've
you-
never heard about this show.
I tend not to talk about my own shows, but last week I was shitting my pants that it might not go ahead, right? On the Friday, I got word that the WWE had advised that their stars, we had Wolfgang and Noam Dar booked, and they were advised not to do the show.
Really?
So this was, well, it wasn't actually Friday night, it was Saturday morning by the time I got it and woke up.
Not like
So-
you. It's not like you, Grado.
No, I mean, I woke up and
So you only found out on the Saturday morning
Aye,
that you didn't
aye.
have Noam and Wolfgang on the show.
and
Well,
that's the main
I was with
event.
you on Thursday, and at that point, we thought that it wasn't going to go ahead.
We
didn't
didn't think it was going to go ahead. And, you know, we put up some the Pavilion put up a post, and it absolutely got slaughtered in terms of shouldn't be going ahead. But then at the same time, I'm getting people going, well, you know what, the Waynes have been excited for Christmas, are really looking forward to it. This could be the last form of entertainment we see for a while. Let's
Listen,
just go and have a good time.
Could be the last wrestling show in Scotland.
Aye,
Jesus
aye.
Could be the
Christ.
last wrestling show ever.
I
It
know.
could be.
At the end of the days.
Technically, I wonder if this is the last wrestling show that's ever happened in the world. Who knows?
Hey, listen, here's the thing though, Grado, you're going to outdraw WrestleMania this year.
No, my God, I never even thought of that.
I
That's
am
amazing.
outdrawn mania.
There you
But
go.
Can
Get
I
that
say
on the
can I say
poster.
something to you? But the boys in the back were so fired up, man, because they knew that this was going to be the last show for a while, so
Right,
they were
okay,
amped
yeah,
up.
yeah.
We've done 3 shows, right? 3 shows so far. That one there at the weekend was the best show by far. There was a few stars in it. One of them, I've got to say, was Chris Toal.
Hey.
We done an
Hey.
angle, and he's just showed me it back. There's footage. I'm going to put it on the internet, but basically, Creator, who's a monster,
Yeah.
40 odd staying. You want to see the nick of this guy. Managed by Mark Dallas. He came out, he gave Ravy Davey a pasting, who, by the way, Ravy Davey was over at Rover. Gave him an absolute shoon. The next minute, Wee Toal comes out. Hold on a minute, what was it you said?
Yeah, man, we can't let it in like this, Glasgow. Are we going to let it in like this, Glasgow?
Oh, you got all the family
Aye,
stuff.
pure,
Toal, yeah,
pure
yeah.
pantomime, mate.
Pure pantomime. And he informed the crowd that he is in no fit to wrestle. You didn't have your
I
leotard.
didn't have my tenant's leotard on
Nah,
the Grado, so
nah,
graciously borrowed to me.
You didn't have any wrist tape, bits or anything like that.
Nope.
But what you did have up your sleeve
Was a bag full of charisma and a wee brother. A bag full of charisma and a wee brother.
and a wee brother, and his wee brother was none other than 50 stone Frank Toal. Frank Toal, if you've never seen this guy, you've probably never heard him because that's not his real name. That was the name we gave him on the day. He goes by the name of
Kuma. Is it Kuma?
And I think he is the biggest wrestler.
Do you know what Kuma means?
He tell me, but I
It's the
forget.
Japanese word for bear.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, really?
Right, and that's where he got it from. And see, if ever the word bear described a human being,
He's a big
It's
lad.
him.
it's
It's
this
him.
guy.
What does he bill in that weight wise?
7,085 pounds.
I would be about that. And do you know what? And I was scared about him not turning up or not because he phoned me
He's a draw,
on
yeah.
Friday night and he went,
Well, wait, he wasn't advertised.
he wasn't
Oh,
advertised.
right, okay.
And he was phoning me on a Friday night and he was going, listen, I'm just about to meet my way
Is he
down for
Aberdonian?
Aye, he's Aberdonian.
Brilliant. Aberdonian wrestling.
Yeah,
Imagine that kind of promo, brilliant.
Aye,
Listen,
well-
I've just did my fashion chips and I'm coming down there
Wait,
to set about you.
He says, I ain't got my contract through the door yet, Grado. Am I still booked? I says, no, go and check at the post office. So he went to the post office and he says, aye, I solved it. I says, is there any messages for Johnny...
Johnny Toal. Johnny Pugs.
That's his name, I think. Is it?
That's his
Right,
old wrestling
That's his
name.
old wrestling name. And he said, no, there's nothing there. He goes, can you check my address? And as sure as fate, there was a package there for Frank Toal.
So Grado's sent him his contract with his fucking his gimmick name.
His gimmick name.
So Grado.
So
I
he
know.
managed to send it. And you know what I'm saying to him? I'm going, I'm calling him Frank. I'm going, Frank, I'm worried about this virus. He goes, I've got some really, really bad breathing issues. I says, if I get that, I could be fucked. He goes, try being 45 stain, pal. He says, I'm absolutely drenched in sanitizer. Heat the tea. I'm in sanitizer. And he was backstage, whether it was sweat or no.
He smelt like Ward 24 in the mountains. I mean,
I think he had bumped all the hand sanitizer there was.
That's why
at the
there's a
Southern
shortage.
General.
That's
Aye.
it. It's great.
he had to cover his selling
Aye,
it. It
he's
took fucking 4,000
Frankie.
bottles.
Every crevice in his body is covered in.
Well, do you know what? At least
sanitizer.
he's been proactive, man.
He's very proactive. But do you know what, John? The show was brilliant.
It was.
Toal got a
Yeah.
pop. But as I said, I mentioned it on Football Daft. I'm going to go into a wee bit more description. But during the main event, it was me and Jack Jester. I was in a bit of jeopardy. We turned out the lights. The crowd were, what's going to happen? Then we played. Can I play the song now?
Yeah,
Right,
I've heard
I love
this.
the song. Now, I paid money, right, to the guy, Neil...
Who made it for you?
Neil McDougall.
He does a lot of the ICW stuff, doesn't he? Or
Used
he
to,
did do a lot of
He
the
used
ICW
to
stuff, yeah.
ICW. Now
Obviously,
he
use WWE stuff
yeah,
now
yeah.
still.
Aye. But he also made the Grado Big theme tune.
Oh,
So
right,
he's really
right,
good at what
right,
he does.
okay.
So I says, I want a metal version of the River City song. So the lights go out, right, and then, because remember, there's a lot of moms and dads in that audience. They're no really big wrestling fans, right? But they're River City
They'll
Daft.
pop for River City.
They'll pop
Majorly.
for wee Bob.
Majorly.
Because any time that I've done shows in the past, right, if I mention Shell Suit Bob, like if I get a video up here and going, go on Grado, it gets the biggest pop of the night anyway, the lights go out, and then this music plays, right, listen to this.
Yeah, solid
Lights
start.
go out. What's happening?
That's pure wrestling.
It's pure wrestling, isn't it? That is pure wrestling.
Right, wait till this.
Right, build. I can hear the
Build
build.
it.
Right, here he comes.
Listen.
Yes! Yes!
That's it, man.
Brilliant.
That would actually make me watch River City.
Can you imagine, like,
And
you should, like, the ICW guys, you should put that on him. You should come down to that. That would pop like that.
Well,
You know,
he
that-
came out cool as a cat,
Aye.
leather jacket, and basically because the show was a Team Jack Jester versus Team Grado show,
Yeah.
it was 3 each, right, getting
It was
into the main
3 each.
event. And of course, I'm sitting there in jeopardy. I've got blood. I've went through a table. I've had back in.
Were you currently cutting out a family show, were you?
I didn't just, but it
Hard
was,
way,
it
near
was
enough.
hard way. It was
Oh,
hard way.
really?
And I was a bit worried about that, man, because you don't really want blood in a family show.
exactly.
However, I'm in jeopardy. Let's go. If he comes out and he says, you know what, I'm fed up. A Team Jack Jester cheating. Jester throttles him and he says, you get your hands off me right now or I'll disqualify you. Jester goes, you can't disqualify me. Bob goes, you can't disqualify me. Sorry, I'm burping. Next minute, he unzips a leather jacket. He's wearing the zebra stripes. He's wearing the referee tap.
Nice.
I come out the ring, launch Jester in, I duck his clothesline, hit with a wee boot, bam.
1, 2, 3. Quick count.
Quick count.
Mega quick.
Yeah.
Send
Aye.
the Hames happy.
Nice.
Unfortunately, Toal never seen it. He wanted to get the road, and where did you go?
Burger King.
Burger King.
That's fair enough.
He
That's
missed the
something
main
you would
event.
do.
That is
That's
something
something
I'd
you
do.
would do.
Listen, I don't think I've ever been at a wrestling show with Grado where he's stayed to the end. Unless
actually
he's been
true.
in the main event.
Or it's mine show.
There you go. Well, well done, Grado.
It was a great show, mate.
Yeah,
Thanks
really-
to everybody
really
for
was.
coming out,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
there was a lot of pressure on people coming out, but we did have sanitizer there. We took the precautions.
Well done.
And,
Sanitizer, is that group Big Demo was in?
That's what I'm saying.
It's a great wrestling
Well,
name
that's
for the
what I'm
sanitizer. Eh? Book that.
By the way, there's only
There's loads of things we can use. We can use the COVID-19 as a finisher. We
Right.
can use it
Aye.
as a stable.
Aye.
Listen,
There's
there we
plenty
go.
we can use it.
Absolutely. So well done. It could be the last wrestling show in Scotland for a while, Grado. So well done in getting
could
that
be.
on.
It's a hard time for the boys, man, because a lot of these boys, they do
I
it
know.
full time for a
This
job.
is
So
this
it's
is
sad,
their
man.
living, you know what I
Exactly.
mean? And they're not able to make the living. So if you've got a favourite wrestler in the indie scene and you've got the means to do it, I would suggest that you maybe have a wee look at their merch and see if you can
Yeah.
maybe support them through this time.
Absolutely.
By the
All
way-
local promotions out there, you think of like obviously PBW,
Yeah.
Kid Fight out there,
BCW,
Dallas, ICW, Disco,
Vince
all that stuff. Vince McMahon.
So,
Think of him.
listen, there's a load
Yeah.
of great promotions around Scotland, and they're all going to be feeling it
Yeah.
now. So, you know, as a community, we should be trying to rally round.
But it was used-
here, too.
As you were saying earlier on, though, Chris, I think when all this dies down, I think the attendances at all these local wrestling shows are going to go flying through the roof because
That's-
everyone's going to get out and support the local
I think
promotion.
so too. I mean, I certainly, once all of this is blown over and we get out of the Winchester,
You're going to put on a show yourself?
no, listen, every Tom, Dick and Harry's putting shows on. I'm steering well clear of that. But I think, like you said there, John, I think it's folk are going to be champing at the bit to get a bit of live wrestling.
No, absolutely.
You
Can I
know?
also just say, John, one of the reasons to get that song made, the River City song made for Weibo, one of the conditions was the Neil got a free Chips, Cheese and Dynamite t-shirt.
Right, okay, I will get that sorted out.
All right.
We'll talk about the merch later on,
Right,
Grado,
okay,
absolutely. We'll get
okay,
on to
okay.
and so, I mean, talking about obviously the big news that we get, I think we need to get onto this. WrestleMania. We talked about it in the March podcast, but WrestleMania is going to happen behind closed doors.
Will they have
Initial
another
reaction
one?
for you boys.
Will they have another one of them this year? Aye.
What's that? What's that?
WrestleMania behind closed doors. What do you reckon?
I'm devastated because,
Yeah.
one, because of Drew, and secondly, it looks like my fight with Ken Shamrock's going to be a...
Well, can I just confirm this, right, Grado? I have checked that as Joey Ryan's penis party when you were meant to be tagging with Ken Shamrock and
cancelled?
Suzuki. It's been cancelled, mate. As no one
Fuck
told
up.
you.
Man.
Is it cancelled?
It has been.
You
It
absolute-
was part of. It was
When?
part of WrestleCon, wasn't it?
WrestleCon was cancelled, isn't it?
WrestleCon.
I mean,
Yeah.
a funnel on football after Scott Squad's
Are you
cancelled.
going to? Are you telling me that they've no contacted
Nah,
you to tell you this?
Scott
is
Squad's no cancelled. Only got. I found out about Scott Squad being cancelled for years.
No.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I can't put the blame on MD. Everybody's up near. I'm not
Yeah.
the priority for everybody.
on the plus point, Grado, you're not going to get your arse handed to you by Ken Shamrock,
no.
so
Actually,
you're not going to get
I'll
battered.
be
David's gonna get a scalp.
I'll
But-
be honest with you, I'd have been more scared of Minoru
Suzuki, aye.
Take one of the chops across that chest.
The bad point is,
I'd have hurt in my chest.
we're not going to get the stories.
Oh, Minoru, you fucked up my chest.
Honestly, one of the bit. Have we spoke about it when wrestling? Daft?
I spoke about it before, mate.
On wrestling Daft.
It was just that. No, this is the first time I've been on
Aye,
Wrestling
so
Daft.
cool, man. We hear this.
Aye, let's tell the folk.
We got him involved in an angle in ICW where he came out dressed as CM Punk.
No, I came out dressed as Jack Jester, actually.
Right.
And so I've come down to a ring dressed as Jack Jester, and Mark Coffey's given me a tanking again.
Aye.
Picked me up into the position for the tombstone, which is Jester's finishing move, because they two were feuding at the time.
Yeah.
And Jack Jester's come out like a house on fire, punched Mark Coffey while he's holding me in the tombstone position. So Mark's took a back bump, but when he's took a back bump, he's holding me and he's done that. Right? He's like, he's pure
It's almost like a chest compression,
Exactly,
isn't it?
he's compressed me, right? Now, to his credit, Jackie Polo's clocked it straight away, grabbed me out the ring.
Rolls you out.
He's
Did
grabbed
the
me out the
decks
ring.
go up for you told? The decks go up for
Well,
you, no?
no, let me tell you, nobody thought I was hurt. They didn't realise, right, apart from Jackie. Jackie's seen me in the back kind of thing. And I went back The only person left in the dressing room is
Honestly, I
Grado.
was stunning there, man.
He goes like that to me. You're right, Toal. I said, Grado, I've halted my chest.
And I couldn't stop fucking laughing. I mean, obviously I felt sorry for him, but just the way he was in so much pain and the way he just went, I've halted my chest.
Fuck
I've
you, man.
halted my
That
chest.
could have been the end of
No
me.
sympathy,
But I must say,
Grado.
Toal, when you put Toal on a wrestling show, the show automatically gets better.
Draws. He's the biggest
There
draw
you
in
go, yeah.
Scotland, I'll
He's
tell
a-
you what.
he's-
Forget Drew McIntyre in WrestleMania. Chris
But
Toal, get him on the card.
Speaking of Big Drew, man, my heart absolutely goes out. It feels like it's a typical Scottish.
That I was about to say, it's the most Scottish luck ever. We're going to have a Scottish world champion,
bad.
I mean-
and fucking the coronavirus hits,
I know.
and it's just so Scotland. It's so Scotland.
But sure, remember last week we recorded it, and that night, I was supposed to be going to Ibrox, and Drew was supposed to be doing a half-time draw.
yeah.
And, you know, and I was talking to him, so excited. I woke up to the Scott squad up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then Drew sends me a text. He says, wow, Trump's put the ban on European flights, so the WWE want me back in the States right away.
Yeah.
So he missed the
That's
half-time
mental.
draw, so everything is just absolutely horrible. I mean, I just cannot... I mean, did any of you see SmackDown? Me and you stayed up for it, me and you were
Aye, we were
texting each other.
texting during it.
And it was just so bizarre.
I mean, I think, and I said this before as well, it's like, I think the first couple of shows, it's a novelty.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's an absolute novelty.
I don't even
First
think
couple of
the
shows,
I don't
the
even
first
think the
couple
first
of
couple.
fucking segments.
Aye, I was going to say that.
It's a novelty, and then you got to Raw on Monday night there.
I've
It
not
was-
seen that yet.
Oh, it was.
It
I
was
mean,
poor,
they
wasn't
basically re-showed the Royal Rumble,
Yeah.
and they
I-
re-showed the
actually,
Royal
I
Rumble,
turned
and there
it
was
off.
one match.
I turned
Did
it
you
off.
turn it off?
Aye.
I have to say, I loved Edge cut a promo to camera. I thought that was brilliant, and
Yeah.
that worked really well. But when Austin came out, I know I've seen a lot of people on Twitter giving it plaudits of, he kind of went like he was going to give
Did
me
he
a
still
hell.
go to
Give me,
full
he said,
sides?
he said, "Give me a hell yeah" to the empty arena. It was just a bit weird, and it was.
Especially, do you know what? Right, Stone Cold Steve Austin is probably my favourite wrestler
Aye.
of all time. Right,
Yeah.
and to see his character kind of
Exposed.
lampooned that way,
Aye.
and I know that they tried to do the whole thing with what you call it, Byron Saxton. They tried to do that kind of gimmick so that they got a stunner on the telly, but it was hokey nonsense.
Should
wasn't it, man?
should they even be doing this?
Well,
Do you know what I mean? Like, why? Come on.
I know.
I get it. Right. So, I mean, for me, I have no interest in watching WrestleMania behind closed doors. Why can they not just postpone it?
However, there are rumours, right? And the rumours have been reported this week. I think it was Fightful that reported this week that that the only reason they're saying they're doing it at the Performance Centre now. This is all rumours.
Do you think they're
But
trying to force
it's
Tampa's hand?
insurance. No, that it's for insurance purposes. So Vince has said, right, because apparently legally they have to try and look as if they're putting it on, right? So legally they're going to say, right, we're going to do it at the Performance Centre behind closed doors,
Right.
But they're waiting on Tampa, Orlando, saying, well, you can't do that either because that's going to be a gap. Because Vince will maybe go back and say, listen, we need a bigger crew on this. You know, we need.
It's not just going to be that. See if WrestleMania is happening at the Performance Centre, folk are going to turn up at the Performance Centre.
Exactly.
Well.
So that's when they're hoping that the authorities in Orlando say they'll cancel it. Then their insurance pays out.
Yep.
Right.
So then the rumours are that Madison Square Garden
7th
is
of July.
booked for the 7th of July.
You're kidding me on?
No.
That's the rumour. So that could be, and I have to say,
I'm a wee bit-
imagine Drew
Winning
wins
at
the
the Garden.
championship
At
at
the
the
Garden.
Garden.
Now that sounds
would
good.
be a
You
beautiful
know what?
thing.
At the very
They
last.
can't put Drew over in the Performance Centre.
No, they can't.
No.
I said that to you the other day, didn't I? I says, if it's going to be at the Performance Centre, I want it to be on first, and I want Brock Lesnar to win.
So
And then I want
yeah.
them to build Drew to SummerSlam.
Aye,
You know what I mean?
yeah. That's I think that's smart. On Twitter, we actually asked the Wrestling Daft listeners their thoughts on WrestleMania taking place behind closed doors. Here's what they had to say. Stuart, fully expect within a week's time for at least one of the talent to be a carrier. When that happens, they'll need to cancel and self-isolate.
That's
It's
all
hard to
they-
postpone until July. That's all it needs to happen.
All
is
that
one-
they need to do is say one of them's got it.
Get McIntyre in a room with someone.
Aye,
with
aye.
it, that's
But you
it.
see, do you know, getting back to the fact that they're moving it to the Garden possibly, I was at the last one at the Garden. I was at WrestleMania 20.
You were
Wow,
not.
really?
Tell us
I
about
was,
that.
I was
Wow.
do you know what? It was pure partisan one side of the room.
That was the four corners match as well. That was a fight.
No, it wasn't.
No.
That WrestleMania 20
That
was
was
Benoit.
Oh, right.
It
We
was
can't
the-
mention his name in this podcast, so we'll redact that.
Are we not allowed to mention him?
The one that sticks out for me was that no.
Undertaker came back as a dead
Yes,
man.
and also the Rock and
Right.
the
Rock and
Rock
Sock Connection versus
and Brock
Evolution.
and Goldberg.
Yep.
How were you with that?
Well,
That's
believe-
the shite.
I
That's
bel-
the shite.
Mate,
That's the
I
shite.
was a dirt sheet reader back in the day, man. I
Oh, we are.
was standing in the queue like, do you actually know that Brock and Goldberg, this is their last?
Aye.
Right.
Oh, did you
They're
start
selling
that? Did you start this?
Well,
You
let me-
sold
let
it
me tell
selling,
you-
did you?
Let me tell you the story, right? This
Right.
is a top of our story. It's
Right.
good for the podcast, actually, right? So, we went to, me and my big mate Gravy, right? We went to WrestleMania. Gravy. Right, so we went to WrestleMania, right? And we get there, and he says, "Listen, your tickets aren't valid." Like, what do you mean? He says, "We've had to move the stage." I was like, all
That's
right.
because
Remember they
they
used to have the wee
door.
shop, the wee
Aye,
shop.
Right.
I was like, right. So I says, well, what's happening then? He says, we've had to close that section. Here's a ticket for the other section, and we were in the WWE family section.
Oh,
Right,
really?
So I was sitting next to Vicky Guerrero and all that.
Oh, what are you?
right.
Oh, that's amazing.
Right. So one half of the stage, obviously we're in the centre at the back, and we're in a kind of an area where people aren't really wrestling fans, right? It's all the family members,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
one side of the stadium wants HBK to win, one side of the stadium wants Benoit to win, and nobody wants Triple H to win, right? And it's genuinely, I'm not over exaggerating this. It's the most ferocious atmosphere I've ever been in outside an old firm game.
Really?
Is that right?
Wow.
Seriously, it was
God,
mental.
there must be some shows that are like that when you think of, like, remember the one night stand with Cena?
Aye.
That would have been great to
Back
be
in the day,
that.
the war games, like the real war games
Aye,
matches
aye.
back in the day, like with the Horsemen versus the Von Erichs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That would have been pure, like, as if the crowd are in tap.
No. That's amazing. So, presumably, you didn't start the "you sold out" chats just in case you were sat next to Lesnar's missus or whatever.
Well, do you know? Actually, there was a WWE producer in front of me, right? And me and my mate were talking. Do you remember it was Victoria versus Molly Holly?
Right.
And it was a shave your head match.
Oh, aye, so
Right,
it was.
well, this would be way more entertaining if it was a shave your minge match, right? And the thing they get the producer in front of me, turn around and be like, I'm going to pitch that to Vince.
That's class.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, did you think that Brett was going to show up?
At WrestleMania 20?
Aye.
No, I never.
Because there was rumours, wasn't there?
There was all sorts of rumours because
Because he was in the Hall of Fame that year as well.
the
Am
Hall
I getting mixed up?
the Hall of Fame that year was
I'm sure there was rumours of Brett being there.
this is terrible. I can't really remember who went into the Hall of Fame.
We'll go
that
Google
year.
that later. We'll Google that later. But yeah. Going
Oh, it
back
was
to this.
JR and Jerry Lawler.
right.
Went into that year, I'm sure.
I mean, sorry, just cut you off. I went to the worst WrestleMania of all time.
Well,
I was
yes,
buzzing out my tits.
28?
Couldn't believe- No, 27.
27.
The Rock versus, John Cena versus The Miz.
That was
The Rock's,
terrible.
oh, it was horrific.
How do you end WrestleMania that way, man?
Honestly,
Fuck's sake.
and I'm going to myself, come on, surely the fuck The Rock's going to get a trunk zone and do something. No, we went to the Raw the next night and they announced The Rock and Cena for the following. I went, what fucking gives that to me? Know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Did you
No.
go to the next one or no?
Did I go to the next one? Oh, fuck. Next one I went after that was when I was actually wrestling at the weekend.
You wrestled at WrestleMania?
I never wrestled at WrestleMania, but I wrestled at WrestleMania
the
weekend.
pre-card,
And do you know what?
pre-cards.
It is the best time of the year because
Aye,
everybody's all together. We're all out in the swally. Everybody's brand
I mean,
new.
you'll be
whatever.
obviously absolutely gutted then that you're
I'm
not going to get
devastated.
to go over this year.
I'm fucking devastated,
Oh,
but
it's harsh, man.
it's harsh, but I do feel for Drew. But there was something else I was going to say there, man. I was going to say something about talking about you being WrestleMania Garden and how the atmosphere. You know, in 2018, I was at. In New York for a holiday with my missus, and I was still contracted to TN at the time, so I was very
TNA? I've never
TNA,
heard of them.
yeah, I never
No,
talked about
really?
them there. But I
You
was
work for TNA?
Ah,
I didn't
now
work
and
for
again,
TNA.
now and
Did you
again,
work for
again.
TNA?
Should be getting Hall of Fame announcement
that-
time soon.
Was that no Test and Albert?
That's poor. I didn't want to go to the show in case I got, TNA wrestler, blah, 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 right? But, what do you call that, riders, mate? Kurt Hawkins, I was talking to Kurt Hawkins, and he messages me, says, I see you're in New York. He says, we're having a show at the Garden. It's 2:30 on Sunday, and I'm going, I'm not going to that. I wrestle for TNA. Do you know what? I ended up going, fuck it. I went, and do you know, I had the best time at the Garden. The atmosphere was about for 2:30.
Was it a Garden house show?
It was a Garden house show.
They're just like they're like a Raw without the commercials, man.
Did you get backstage at the Garden?
No, but what happened was I ended up meeting up with Mike Johnson. I'm pals with, you know, with Mike Johnson for PWI Insider.
Yeah.
Big guy. Met him, got talking away with him. He's a great guy. And by the way, if you're looking for updates on like all things wrestling, he's really on the button in terms of what's happening with the virus and stuff.
Yeah.
He's really coming away with all the information, what they're planning today. So if you follow him on Twitter or get him on Facebook, he's really, really good for information. But the Garden is a great atmosphere, and it is very much like an old firm.
It's a wrestler's dream, isn't it? I mean, that is the dream. I mean, I'm sure if I said to you, Grado, what would your dream match would be? It would be Wrestlemania at the Garden. If you could pick like an opponent, a venue, that's a wrestler's dream, isn't it?
Shah Samuels at Ibrox.
Go and fuck yourself.
Chris Toal was Shah's manager.
I love how
it's me and Shah decked it in the green and white.
I love how it always comes round to it's always sectarianism on wrestling daft. Yeah, I know, it's great. I love it. We're talking about obviously the going behind closed doors for WrestleMania. A couple other thoughts on that. Chris Henderson can't wait to see the state of it on the next 2K game. Mark Joss.
Fuck's sake.
Mark Joss can't wait to see the Undertaker ride his bike for 5 seconds down to the ring with his American Badass gimmick.
Well, what's the deal with this? Is he coming back as a badass?
There's a lot. They rumour it every year, don't they? They rumour it every year.
But he came out on Raw. He didn't come out in full garb and all.
But did he have his?
It was weird. He came down like it was fucking weird.
And he had a bandana on.
He had a bandana on, and he had his vest halfway down.
Do you know
it was
what?
like he's just done a fucking shift in the gym in the performance center and then come down.
He genuinely did look like the American Badass
Right.
Undertaker.
He
But
did,
but do you think he's probably went, I don't want to do this. This is fucking stupid.
Why are
do
you
know what I mean?
Why are you wasting the Undertaker in a fucking gym hall?
I don't know.
Aye.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, is this what they're going to do now for the next couple of weeks? Is on the performance
that's
here?
the thing.
Because I mean,
Don't
really,
know.
it's going to. I mean, have it in the park.
It's quite tedious, isn't it?
Have it in a tent, man.
Have it in a tent.
No, you know what I mean.
Suggestion was for WrestleMania. Now I thought this was actually
Test every cunt coming in.
Why not? Why not rather than do all the matches in the performance center? Have like I know like Cena and Bray suggested like a bar fight, or you have like a ring put out and fucking put a ring in the Grand Canyon and do like a film of like a wrestler in the Grand Canyon, or put a ring on Liberty.
You've got to think of the logistics of that.
I know, but put a ring on Liberty Island
they've
and
got
do
the
it in front
money.
of the Statue of Liberty and stuff. Imagine the visual on that.
Have matches at different landmarks.
Aye,
That's a good idea.
I was going to say put it in like the Jericho Cruise, but his cruises are like the worst places right now, aren't they?
Again, though, if you're having WrestleMania matches in the places, folk are turning up.
That's true. Yeah.
Or could this all be resolved in the next couple of weeks?
You know what? It might go away as quickly as it came, so I don't think it will.
I'm just praying for Drew. Fuck my match with
pray for
I just
Drew.
want Drew.
Exactly.
Do you know what? I just love the big bastard.
You know what? He's the nicest guy.
I do.
And I tell you what,
We love you, Drew.
Do you know?
people always ask me who your favourite wrestler is to wrestle. Obviously, I love wrestling Sean Jester, but Drew, you're in there with a different guy. He can make you look a million dollars. Look at the way he made me look.
Without blowing smoke up your arse, that's my favourite Scottish indie wrestling match.
But that's true, mate. That was true.
That's the biggest match in Scotland ever.
Were you
Mate,
there?
I'll never forget that
Were you
night.
there?
See being
I
part.
wasn't, mate. Sorry.
See
I
being
watched
part
it.
of that show. See being part of. I mean that
That
night.
was a special one.
That
Wasn't it?
night I was in the ring with Mick Foley. Now see if you tell 15-year-old Chris Toal at some point that he's going to be standing in a wrestling ring on a show with Mankind.
That's incredible.
But do you know think that there was something special about that show? Obviously, we've done the Hydro and stuff like that, but that one felt because. Yes, we had Foley as a Yank, but really we never had. Right, we had Rhino, but he's a Canadian. But you know what I mean? We sold that show out a month in advance just with the build up between me and Drew.
right.
You know,
There was something special about that show, and it'll never be repeated.
That's the peak of Scottish wrestling for me, the absolute peak. And you obviously main evented Grado, and like I say,
done a Hurricane Runner.
Saying
And he
that,
did a Hurricane Runner.
that's definitely been, like you say, the peak of Scottish wrestling. We drew more the following year at the Hydro, but see if we had have done the big hall in the SECC that night, we could have done 10,000 at that, I think.
Right.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I've just got a message from Noam. Okay, we got pavilion heat, eh?
Oh, no, I'm getting brilliant here. Oh, dear. He'll be all right.
Hello, mate. I am live on Wrestling Daft right now. We do not have heat. Don't you worry about it. We do not have heat. There is a current situation where everybody's been affected. Scott Squad's been cancelled. Television shows have been cancelled. Don't you worry. We had a great show. Plenty of folk turned up. We'll meet for lunch soon. Love you.
Love you, Noam.
And if you've got any messages for the Wrestling Daft crowd, have a go. And don't be a shite bag and fucking message.
Come on the show, Noam. Come on the
No,
show.
I don't want to go on
He
the show.
can't come on the
He does
show.
like going on wrestling shows. I know that. I know him too well that he doesn't like wrestling shows. But
You know
maybe
I'm-
just
you
give
know
a
I'm
wee.
too well.
I know I'm too well. Maybe just give us a wee voice note saying, "Hiya Grado, hiya Wrestling Daft,
Hiya,
and
Toal.
all is forgiven. You do not need to pay me back for that fucking ambulance I bought for you."
You tell him not to forget me when he's replying.
Aye, and Toal and all.
Toal. Miss you, mate. See you soon.
Right, we'll wait to see if we hear back from Noam on that. A couple other things on WrestleMania. Scott McKenzie says, Rab, you better sell your stock now before it drops to $0. It's an absolutely embarrassing decision.
Well, I don't get all that stock shit.
Well, Rab obviously has shares in the WWE, so they have plummeted over the last wee while. And Karate Warrior 2 has suggested some more matches for WrestleMania cards. Rab versus Aleister Black, called the Nuclear Heat Goth Bash. If you missed this tool, Rab's got something about Aleister Black. We don't know what it is.
Oh, aye, right. Neither we do.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We have no
Aye.
idea
We
what the
have no
heat
idea
is
who
between
the heat
Aleister
is.
Black and
Listen.
wink, wink. We don't
It's not-
know. We don't know.
Nah, it's something that I don't think we should touch
No,
on.
no.
But let's move on to the second idea that Karate Warrior 2 suggested. He suggested Grado versus R-Truth in a prank call brawl.
Prank
This is
call,
off the
bro.
This is off the back of Grado prank calling
When I was
R-Truth
14
when
year
I was
old.
14.
I basically I found his number after the internet.
I
and
know, I
took it
remember you
around.
telling me
You
the
need to get
story.
back episode 16 so you can get catch
There
up
you
on that. Off the back of last week, we're talking about belts on the show. Sean Mullen went out and bought the AEW World Championship
really?
belt, and he says, "I'm one of those arseholes now, Grado. Damn." Want a shot of it on Saturday in air if COVID-19 doesn't
Well,
cancel it.
How's the show been cancelled?
Aye, it's been
It's
cancelled.
been cancelled.
It's
But,
probably been cancelled.
but mate,
Just as well, it's been cancelled because I would have made a rule that, like, I think this has been said on social media before as well. If you turn up to a wrestling show with a replica title, you should be made to defend it.
because you do look like a fud. But, what's his name here?
It's Sean,
Sean Mullen. Right, Sean. I want to see and get a hold of this belt.
the AEW one.
So,
It's a top
when are we back in here?
We're back in here. It'll be a few. It depends on self-isolation.
Right.
But it'll be a few
Sean,
weeks,
keep in touch because I want you to bring this belt and I want a wee hold it. I want
Right.
a wee feel it, right?
Okay.
So we're going to, if you get
Can
in
you
contact
not
with
just
John.
speak to Jericho? See if you can get a hold of it.
You're pals with Jericho. You can get the real one.
I can get the
Grado,
real one,
exactly.
but due to the COVID, I'm not
Oh,
going
no,
to
it's
go there.
Moxley that's got
Sean, get a hold of the Wrestling Daft. I want you to come down to the studio so I can get a wee feel it.
Right, okay, right.
And bring the belt.
You're such a mark, Grado. Chris Bett's been on as well. After listening to Kid Fight on Wrestling Daft, he went out and bought a metal detector.
Mate, how entertaining.
Oh, the
How
video
entertaining.
was
Ross was
unbelievable.
great. Do you know
He was
what?
great last
I
week.
felt bad that he wasn't on the Pavilion show, but and I mean to text something. But
Oh, you were getting heat for that last week,
Oh,
boy.
I fucking tell me about it. But Kid Fight. Did you listen to the interview, Chris?
I didn't, but I've been watching his videos.
He's doing brilliant.
He's
And,
brilliant.
do you know
And
what?
he
It's
was-
good to see because Ross is one of the good guys, man.
Definitely, man, definitely. You see what you get with Ross. You wouldn't want to get in the ring side of him, put it that way.
Aye, you can fight like fuck.
He can fight the fuck.
Yeah, it was hard. I have to say, don't mess with Ross.
I've got a story for you. We were down in Liverpool, right?
Oh,
We were
Jesus.
down in
Here
Liverpool.
we go.
Remember? And,
I mean, I don't remember.
you were on the show. You were on the show, right? So we're down in Liverpool, right? And we're doing the ICW tour. And Fighto's fighting Jack Gallagher. Right, so...
Jack Gallagher's quite a hard man. He's MMA trained, isn't he?
It was, listen,
ourselves.
just listen,
right,
listen to
okay,
this,
right, this is good. This is good.
So Jack Gallagher, stiffs
This is ringing a bell.
Phyto, a belter, right?
During the match, obviously.
Aye, right, and Ross kicked him right in the fucking nuts, man. Full dig, didn't he? And then, honest to God, Jack kind of shrunk into himself for the rest of that match. It was a fucking top
Got to leave a
Haven't you
receipt.
seen
You got
that?
to leave a receipt.
We
haven't
receipt,
you?
we receipt, man.
Oh, I've
for
had
you.
plenty of receipts
I
back in the
bet
day.
you. I bet you
I've
have.
had plenty of receipts. I've got fucking.
What's the worst receipt you've had, Grado?
Right, what's the worst receipt
So,
I've ever
so
had?
you've
That's a good-
you've potatoed someone and they've come back at you.
Aye, what have I done? Well, once it was by accident. However, were you there, Chris, the night where Mike Whiplash was
Yes.
doing the free dives? I was outside in the free dives. The third dive, he came right
This
through
is
me.
horrendous, mate.
This was horrendous, man. He came right through and see the steel barriers, smashed the steel barrier,
Spark him it.
stabbed his thigh,
It
stabbed his thigh. And
Aye,
he
but it went
literally-
all the way right up into his
Was that in the
groin, man.
garage? Was that
Aye.
in the garage? Yeah.
And basically he rolled himself in the ring and pulled it out and the blood spurt everywhere.
God.
I took off my leotard. I was wearing these horrific yellow and white boxers and I basically had to
You tied your singlet
I
on his
tied my
leg.
singlet to his leg.
He wanted
whatever.
to continue the match, the mad bastard.
Mikey
He did,
Whiplash
aye,
did.
aye. I don't know where I'm going with
By
receipt
the
for this
way-
Yeah, the
because
receipt because he didn't get up and kick
No.
the fuck at you after that.
Aye,
That's
so- aye,
true.
so the
in the
next-
return match she did give me a good
Right,
scene.
okay.
you poor bastard.
JS Todd's been on Twitter as well. Know you guys ask us marks to send stuff. Thank you very much.
And which hold on,
I know you don't
I
like
don't
the
like the
term
term. Do you
marks.
like it? I don't like the term marks.
So I'm a,
It's
I'm a
derogatory.
I'm
a
quite
wrestling
happy about
fan.
it.
It's a wrestling fan or a punter.
We're all marked. What about when
No,
wrestling?
you're a fucking mark.
Yeah, listen, I'm not the one that actually became a wrestler, by the way. Who's the biggest mark in this room?
Well, to be fair, if you've become a wrestler, you're
not a
not a
mark.
mark.
Oh shit, that doesn't work.
You
there.
fucked it.
Fucked it. Anyway, what?
This guy here is the biggest mark you will
Ah,
meet.
yeah.
isn't he?
Mate, I-
Everybody's a mark.
Listen,
You're a mark.
Did I
but
run it?
Al Snow told me one day, he says the biggest marks are the people that call other people marks.
Right, okay then, there you go.
And
all
I
I'm
would
sa-
agree with
All
that.
I'm saying
You
is
know-
I don't run a wrestling belt, never have, and I've never cut a promo in front of a mirror.
Fuck.
Listen,
so
I
moving
know,
on.
but listen, I seen you
That was
nearly.
to sell tickets, you bastard.
I seen him nearly sucking Lee Miller's bobby on football daft, so I've seen him at his full mark.
Aye, he marked out for that.
Absolutely. But he says, what about when wrestlers block you on Twitter? Davey Boy Smith Jr.
Well, I blocked somebody last night.
blocked me years ago after I asked if he didn't like teabags. Why? He tried to bury kid fighting Davey Boy's teabag spot from ICW as ruining wrestling.
Oh man,
Have
David
you
Boy
been blocked
Smith.
by a wrestler, Grado?
Yes, I've been blocked.
It was Cody Rhodes blocked you a couple of weeks
No,
ago.
he unfollowed
Oh,
me. He unfollowed me. John Hartson blocked me.
Right.
Never seen him in a match.
I never.
Be good. Big John.
I blocked somebody last night because I put out this. I'll read out the tweet that I tweeted. And I thought it was quite.
Respectful.
Respectful to I love you. You're always here to finish my words. Yeah. But I wrote. Feeling for everyone affected by this, but mostly for promoters / wrestlers, wondering when their next payday will be. This is going to be a chaotic year, and I just hope it works out for everyone.
It's very serious for you, Grado.
With a wee
What's
prayer
wrong with
sign.
that?
We pray
Fingers
sign.
crossed, and when everything gets back to normal, please support your local show.
Nice.
And somebody wrote, I can't see it now, but they wrote,
I'll be able to see it.
Aye, fuck the pensioners and everybody at Snowella. And I wrote, aye, fuck them. I says, don't be a silly attention-seeking troll. And he wrote back, your tweets are full of attention-seeking, for fuck's sake. I says, well, don't follow me then, Doug Buzz, away and be offended elsewhere, my man. Then he wrote, I followed you because I thought you were a sound cunt, but found out who the cunts are when times get tough, I suppose.
Go and
And
take
I
a
wrote-
fuck to yourself, you fucking gimp.
I wrote, boo-hoo, I'm devastated. Then I blocked him. Then he's buzzing for being blocked.
Then he
So,
blocked them, Grado. Just
so it's, no. I
It's like
usually
a badge
ju-
of
It's a
honour.
I
sport-
usually
it's a
just
sport
I
show in the
usually
trolls.
just mute them. Mute like it feels good, but
Yeah.
this guy just had to go. As if I don't care about folk that are fucking no well, you idiot. The only thing I was saying was I'm fucking worried about my pals. I'm worried about
No,
myself.
you're absolutely
I'm
right.
worried about people that are not going to make money. I'm not trying to attention seek. Strap one on, you fucking idiot, and stay off the internet.
This boy should
Some
be cutting
people should be
promos.
fucking. Some people should be rationed the internet. Pick and choose your times.
I-
Do not accuse me of not having any thoughts
Listen.
for old folk or people that are unwell. I'm only sticking up for people that are in the same line of business. You fucking absolute piece of shit.
And when are you getting in the ring with this guy after that promo?
No, but see what you're saying there, Grado. You make a fair point, man. This is just another virtue signalling fucking social justice ball bag, right? And
I want to be offended. He's offended
no,
me.
do you know
He's
what it is?
offended me.
He's got a fucking granny fetish. That's his problem. He's worried that all his fucking fancy women are going to drop dead.
That's what you should have replied.
Oh, well, we shouldn't have done that, but there we
That's
go.
all right. I done it with the back of my hand.
All right, did you?
No, the back of my hand's fucked.
Where were we, Trips?
All right.
I'm glad they got that off my mind.
Good.
Because, come on, that... And you know me, John, I've been keeping off Twitter because I hate all that shit. And that's one of the main reasons. Why can people never be happy and just have a joke?
Exactly.
Come to buggery.
Exactly. You said some very decent... It was a well-made point, Grado.
Yeah,
Thanks, guys.
absolutely.
Right. Got to ask this question, Grado. Gosh, he's been on Twitter now. I've not seen this, but you need to answer this question. Can Grado tell us the story this week on Wrestling Daft about taking a super kick on the jaw from Rob Van Dam when he was supposed to be tagging with him?
Brilliant.
Right,
You
now,
heard about
I
this?
have not heard this
This is
story.
amazing.
Go and tell me how Rob Van Dam kicked you. Apparently, this appeared in Botchamania as well.
It probably would have been.
You got kicked, super kicked by Rob Van Dam when you were tagging with him. Please explain.
So, now, what was the deal here? The deal was, it was, I think we had tagged on the previous week's show.
Was this on TNA, yeah?
This was on 5-Star Wrestling.
It was on 5-Star Wrestling.
So that explains it all, doesn't it? That explains it all.
That tells you all
That
you need
explains
to
it all.
know.
So I think the week before, right, me, RV, what a team, by the way. Me, Rob Van Dam, Rey Mysterio Jr., Moose and Grado. 5-on-5, right? We had a match.
You must have had a stoner have it in that
Oh,
match.
it was the best. It was the
mark
best.
out. Oh,
It really was. I didn't
Sorry,
mark it. It
sorry,
was my
you didn't
job.
mark it, yeah.
Right,
Sorry.
and so
Mark it a wee bit, but
You had
I marked it.
yeah, of course you did.
So, in fact, I think Colt Cabana was he there as well? Either way, right, the following week, RVD's getting a down, he's in jeopardy, blah, blah, blah. All the bad guys hit the ring, he cleans house. Next minute, all the goodies come down. Rey Mysterio, Colt Cabana, Moose. I run in the ring to help RVD. Fucking turns round, sees me, fucking super kicks the life at me. I'm lying in the ground going, I'm in your fucking team. I'm in your fucking team. Cabana's pissing himself. The commentator's gone, I don't know what's got into Rob Van Dam's in. He's on Grado's
I
team.
think we know, but
I think we know because I think I got high just being in his fucking dressing room.
Do you want me to tell you a story about Rob Van Dam?
Oh, come on, Toal.
Right, so we're at the Hydro Show, ICW, right? So we go outside, Rob's standing with his bag. I was like, what's happening, Rob? I says, listen, mate. I says, I know, I'm no meant to do this. I was like, can I get a wee 40? He says, I know, bro. So he gets a 40 and then he goes into his bag and brings out an apple bung. Right? so I'm like, fucking hell. He went like, hey, you want to hit this? I was like, fucking I want to hit it. Fucking right, I do.
And on next week's show, have you ever shared a spliff with a wrestler? Let us know. And if you want
Hold on, can I pause? Because I've got the audio RVD explaining me being on that team and how much I was marking
Right,
right?
I'm
So
intrigued to hear this
we
audio.
need to hear this, right? One time when I was driving, funnily enough to hear, I was listening to Rob Van Dam and Edge and Christian show, and he's telling a story about a guy that he tagged with marking out on the side of the ring, and I went, that's fucking me, right? Here's the audio, right?
Really cool. I gotta play it cool though.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes they do tell me, and it is cool, you know what I mean? Tagging with Moose last year, and someone else was like I think it was a 6-man, and he was just like on the apron, he's working out like, man, this is a dream come true. He was so excited to be teaming with me, and I was just like, man, if Sabu was here, he would cut you.
Do you know what? He's a nice guy, isn't he? He's a nice guy. I don't know how much I'm enjoying this gimmick he's got now right enough.
Sabu would have cut me. Sabu's already fucking cut me, and I do have a picture of it up my wall.
I've got a story about Sabu as well.
Oh, come on, let's
Right,
go.
so we're in the dressing room in the O2 Arena. Not the O2, the ABC, before it sadly perished. And so Sabu's been booked for the ICW show, right? And he comes in, and me and Dallas's gimmick at the time was we had the Jack Daniels.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So I'm starting with my bottle of Jack Daniels. He's like, hey, brother, could I have one of those? I was like, I ain't bother. So I thought to myself, getting an opportunity to have a halfway Sabu here. Right, so I've poured 2 halves. I says, cheers. I says, just the same thing I said earlier, I was like that to Sabu. I was like, see if teenage Chris could see me now, man. He'd be like, he's like, what age are you, man? I was like, at the time I think I was 34. I went, I'm 34, and he'd done the maths in his head. He's like, yeah, that sounds about right. I was like, cool. He says, I shouldn't be drinking this. I says, why not? He says, I'm on parole. Right? So I've been like, what do you mean you're on parole? He's like, I'm going home straight after the show, and they test me. They test me. And if I've got alcohol in my system, I'm going to prison.
Oh my God.
Right? And I was like, so I've just poured you a half that might end up with you in the jail.
Aye, you've just
Magic.
jailed
I've
someone.
just jailed.
Exactly. The man who finally ended Sabu's career.
Aye, you put him in the jail. Whatever he did do to me that night, he launched a chair at me full force. David Wilson got an absolute cracking picture. I got steaming a week later. It was a Sunday morning. I think I was waiting for the boys to come round for the football, and I ordered myself a big 50-inch version. Sabu sconing me out the head with a steel chair, and it hangs up in my office.
Nice
Oh,
one.
really?
And I love it. I love
that's
it.
nice.
I should
That's
get a picture up
Yeah,
for
I
it.
love that. Well, listen, if you want to get in touch with anything we talk about on the show or anything wrestling related altogether, you can do that. Get us on Twitter at Wrestling Daft, on Insta at Wrestling Daft Podcast. Just type in Wrestling Daft onto Facebook, or you can use the email wrestlingdaft@gmail.com. So every week we like to separate the good from the bad in wrestling. The red sports mixtures from the black ones, as we bury and put over all the stuff from wrestling in that
Both
week.
of them are good. It's
And
the yellow ones I don't like.
The black sports
Yeah.
mixture, I think they've changed
Yeah.
the
Blacks are
green.
good.
They've changed the flavour of the black.
I like the
blacks.
green ones.
Do you not
love
think the
blacks.
black sports mixtures used to taste horrible? I think they've changed the flavour.
They
now,
have.
but
It used
see,
to be
back in the
licorice,
day,
but now
it
they're
was
black colour.
What?
See, we're of a vintage, Toal, me and you. We're of a
Yes.
vintage, so we
Are we too
remember
old? Where
how
are you
it
going?
was.
Remember David Robertson was on that show?
Sorry, mate.
Oh, he's got the sweatshirts out.
That's all right.
Yeah, topper.
Oh, here we go. I
Go.
think you might have sweeties here.
I've not tried these.
What are these
Oh, is
baddies?
it Iron Brew pastels?
These, my friend, will blow your...
Oh, Grado's
These,
got
my
the
friend, will
sweeties.
blow your mind.
Oh, you've eaten half of them.
I have David Robertson
Sorry.
put me onto these. These are absolutely gallus too.
Right,
Have you ever
I'll
tried
try.
one of them
What
yet?
are they, Iron Brew
So the
fruit
Iron Brew
pastels?
fruit pastels. Money we got left. I've got one for you.
Right, thank you.
Right, one for you
I
there.
love these. These are brilliant.
These
Thank you,
are
Grado.
tremendous.
Oh,
How good are they, mate?
Where did I get you for?
I'm
Tesco's.
a producer, right, and I've worked on radio for 20 years, and the one thing I always say to presenters is, don't eat when you're on air,
No,
but
don't.
I'm sorry, mate, but they're dynamite.
they're dynamite. Absolute dynamite.
You tried the Iron Brew humbugs?
Oh, no.
They're
And you
dynamite.
heard my advert on Spotify.
Yes.
No.
Have you?
Yes.
How's it go?
Are you talking about the McGee's one?
No, no.
Oh, no.
Are you doing
Number one.
another advert, son?
What advert you
It
did?
goes, how's it go like? It goes, Iron Brew Energy.
Oh, you doing Iron Brew now?
New Iron Brew Energy makes you take out the bins like a man possessed. Iron Brew 32. Iron Brew Energy. Energy for the real stuff.
I didn't realise you're the voice of Iron Brew now,
Yeah,
Grado. Oh, that's an accolade, that.
Still not been paid yet, but
All right, we'll get that into that. Mr.
Can you
Barr,
get,
if
can
you're
you get me
listening.
an Iron Brew singlet for the next pavilion show?
great idea.
There we go.
Let's do
We
it.
could maybe get them sponsored the show.
Because I don't drink
I
anymore.
get it if you're listening, Mr. Barr.
You teetotal?
Aye.
You're teetotal?
Teetotal.
Tito, if you're listening, Mr.
And you
Barr.
were a tenants lager one last time as well, Chris.
I know.
Why do you not drink? Just out of interest?
Because I'm an arsehole.
Here,
I drink
stop mentioning all these brands when we can
I
get
know.
sponsorship from. If you are listening, Mr. Barr, the voice of Iron Brew is on this podcast, and if you would like to sponsor it, we are open to sponsorship opportunities.
Grado's that close to him, he calls him AG.
Happening, AG, my man.
AG. It's a great new wrestling name, that AG Bar.
AG Var.
Aye, it's like a Mexican name for like fucking the 90s. Or am I thinking of who's the guy that was in the tag match in Triple Mania or something? That was no Art Bar.
Art Bar.
Art Bar.
Art Bar.
Right, right. So every
I
week,
thought that was the place that burnt down in Glasgow.
Right, so what we burying and put over
right,
this
yeah,
week?
so every week we bury and put over the good and bad from professional wrestling. Boys, is there anything you would like to bury or put over this week? Toal, come to you first. Anything you want to put over this week?
I want to put over the fact that the wrestlers in the WWE are still,
Performing,
Still
in front
doing
of
it for
the
us,
crowd.
man.
Fair play.
but I want to bury empty arenas.
The arenas, right?
Yeah.
I think the novelty.
It's not working.
The novelty wore off after that SmackDown.
I think NXT could work in an empty arena.
Aye.
I mean, what was the point of having chairs there?
I know.
Imagine that.
No, because they had it set up. Remember, NXT was in the performance
It was,
centre with a
aye.
crowd,
right.
so they had the arena set up already.
Okay, cool.
So they were. I mean, they cutting the promos to no one. It kind of wore like I have to say, I have to put over, and I'm going to put over Triple H on the commentary on SmackDown.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
Did you
funny,
hear him
wasn't it?
using
Triple
Vince
H.
McMahon terms?
Oh,
What a maneuver!
Yeah, it was brilliant. He was like picking up the camera. I thought he is. He was slagging himself off. I'm rubbish at this, but I thought he was brilliant on the commentary on SmackDown.
Can I put over something else?
Yeah.
Right, my wee laddie is wrestling daft. Right, as you'll know, you've met him a few times, and he got this game for the PlayStation recently. Right, my cousin bought him.
2K20.
No, it was Fire Pro Wrestling. Right, he got it a couple of years back. Right, now.
Is this like Football Manager?
Well, they've released a patch for it, and you play the promoter.
Really?
And you've got to sign wrestlers and all that. And you've got to put on shows.
Oh my God.
Mate, do you remember that? What was that? The one that used to play.
Charman.
No, remember they released one on the PC and it had every wrestler ever in it and all that.
Yep.
Aye.
And EW Revenge, it was called.
Extreme Warfare.
Extreme Warfare
Aye.
Revenge, right? Well, it's like that, but it's on the PlayStation.
Oh, self-isolation is sounding so good right now.
£7, mate. £7
quid, right? I'm writing that down.
So what can you play? Can I play it on my Xbox?
Yes, I think you can.
Brilliant.
I think you can.
Well, you've just helped out with self-isolation there, Toal. What are you burying this week? You buried
I've
that.
already
you buried the
that.
chairs.
Grado, putting over.
I've got to put over the wrestlers that turned up on Saturday, the fans that turned up to the show. I don't want to keep going on about my show, but yous know me, yous know how anxious I was about this show leading up. I was really, really worried about it.
Arse was making buttons,
Arse was making buttons, but Toal, you completely made that show. You were brilliant. My family just came back for it thinking it was one of the best things ever. I can't wait to get the footage out, but you done so well. It was one of the best things I've ever seen wrestling. It was my idea, of course.
Of course it was.
But that was brilliant.
But I was on board for the start, wasn't I?
You were on board for the start. You're always up for everything. I want to thank every wrestler that was nice to me and understood the situation in terms of getting stuff done and getting people at the right place at the right time.
Special thanks to Rudo.
Absolutely.
He booked the show with you, Rudo
Absolutely. Yeah. Me and him, we sat together and we structured the show. If it wasn't for him, that show would never have went as smoothly as it did. So an unsung hero for that show is Andy Red Lightning, and hopefully people will take notice of that now, because I hear that he has a wee bit say with the book, with the pencil, and ICW. And for the anybody that's listening to ICW should listen to a lot more Andy Wason, Red Lightning, listen to his ideas, because he's really got a good head for this.
He's involved in creative ICW now as well. Him, Scott and Mark kind of write the show.
Yeah,
now,
and he's been doing this for 2002, and he knows which strength. He knows everything inside.
And there's no many people that know wrestling psychology better than him as well.
And he's also because I mean, me as a promoter, I don't like the whole you need to be here in time. Right, that's that.
You wouldn't be good at that.
He's good at being a heel. Heel.
He'll stand up to MD.
Yeah, he'll stand up to MD, which I love. So I'm putting over that, and everybody do the show. What would I like to bury? I would like to bury. All right. I'm going to bury how fucking hard the network can be sometimes to fin a match.
It is, isn't it? It's a bloody nightmare trying to find a match sometimes.
I mean, I watched, because I wanted to watch the I think it was like March 3rd, 2000 version of Raws, then I watch along. And when you press back, you go instantly back to this. And
see, fast forward in it and all
so
that.
So then you need to go to it's a pain in the ass.
Do you remember they used to have the spots? Along the timeline.
Yes.
They used to have the spots, and now they don't have that anymore.
It's a pain in the arse.
Why can I no type? Because say for example,
you search for a specific match?
Here's the deal, mate. I want to see if I want to watch a Jerry Lawler match for like the 70s. If I type in Jerry Lawler, all it comes up is Jerry Lawler has a run in with Michael Cole in 2010.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's passion. They need to get that sorted. They need to get that sorted.
You listening, Uncle Paul?
Yeah, exactly.
There it's sorted.
Come on,
Yeah,
Levesque,
sorted.
your finger at your hoop and sort that
Exactly.
fucking.
Less of your fucking commentary. Get the network fixed.
Let's hand over to the listeners and see what you were burying and putting over. Bronze Chell, I'd like to put over WWE for still running Mania on the same date. Yes, I feel sorry for the fans whose trips are being cancelled. All the indie shows that are now cancelled, including Joey Ryan's penis party.
Oh, God,
I know. I've done Mania and it must be heartbreaking, but in typical McMahon fashion, the show must go on. Fair enough. That's not everyone's opinion, but
I just think there's more to come with us, isn't there?
I think so. I'm hoping for the MSG show. That'd be real cool.
See, when they're not cancelling the rest of a show when one of the performers actually dies on the show, then you know fine well
you know where Vince
going to stop fucking
Vince's
WrestleMania.
bread's
are they?
buttered, exactly. Can't really bury anything. The wrestling has continued. They made chicken salad out of the chicken shit. Taker's attire on Raw.
Who said this part?
This is Bronze Shell.
She's still on. Once
yeah.
you talk.
Taker's attire on Raw, question mark over that one.
I think I follow that guy on Twitter.
There
actually.
he is. Ali B put over Brian Saxton for a quality
Brian.
sell job on Austin on Raw, taking that
Did you
stunner.
see it? Austin kicked him
He
square in the balls, man.
He went for the stomach and kicked him square.
Reminded me of Kid fighting Jack Gallagher.
I need to see this. What is it that happened?
Austin stunned Byron Saxton.
Yeah,
He actually booted him in the balls,
when he
right?
went for the gut kick.
All
he
right.
kicked him square in the balls.
So was there the receipt there then for that?
You're not receipting against Austin. Turn that
Of
up.
course you know. Buddy the idiots in Benidorm who think it's okay to keep on partying while the country is on lockdown.
I don't get that.
Bit of
What's
a
happening
political. I didn't know that as well. So it's a bit of political.
Come on, let him
I
have some
drove
fun.
by a pub
In Benidorm?
on my way to work last night, and there was about 50 cunts outside. Sorry, 50 folk outside smoking. And I just thought to myself, do you know what? You deserve it. You deserve it.
I was at
from
for dinner last night. I was wrecked last night.
I can't. I know. I got.
was
I
sick.
got,
All
I
my
got, I got
nutrients
some of your
and
texts last night.
Did I?
I was like,
Oh
what,
no!
what, he's on it tonight.
John, I was in a bad way.
Oh no!
Because I had to make it up to Stephanie because all week I had been.
We won't go into
Oh.
Austin 316 day and what happened with your girlfriend, Grado.
Look what you did. Your bird's upset.
Yeah. Now look what you gone and done. You bad upset. But I managed to walk by. There was a nice florist within Central Station, and I says to the woman, I says, "Put me together, petunias, jasmine, lavender, the full
Give us your full boona.
That's to calm the missus down a wee bit of lavender.
Inside joke, one of the things that we did manage today was, I don't know if we're allowed to mention it,
I
but
don't actually know if we are allowed to mention it.
Toal's a shite bag, but I'll say we were involved in something on a programme that airs on BBC, and I was very glad to be involved in it, and I managed to be filmed, so I'm really looking forward to folks
I
seeing
can't
that.
wait to see the finished article, man.
I don't know what programme on BBC
Well,
you could
you
be
can
talking
just
about,
figure it
Grado.
out.
Is it
Figure
two doors
it out.
down?
No.
All right, okay then. Well, I think we've got
we're bringing back Still Game. Me and him
That
are
would be
me
brilliant.
and him
It
are
was-
Jack and
it
Victor.
was
a young
really
Jack
good.
and a young Victor. I can't be joyous.
Oh, but I like
really,
older
really
than
good.
fucking Victor.
Chris is putting over Triple H and commentary in SmackDown. He should be doing that full time. Even made Michael Cole bearable. Burying nothing, no time for negative. Keep healthy. Log into networks and enjoy weeks of entertainment while isolating.
I kind of felt as though Michael Cole didn't have the restrictions he's normally got, and he had a better performance as well.
Oh, he maybe never had MD in his log.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Maybe it's time that they had a word then.
Well,
because-
that maybe does.
I felt as well, by the way, that Cole done really good.
Aye.
Yeah.
I noticed
I
that.
did.
Put Ecotone on Twitter saying put over Nikki Cross. Just never had a bad match ever.
One of my favourite people on earth.
Nikki.
I mean, you worked with Nikki in ICW.
I trained with Nikki for 2007, 8, and right for then
You
just
knew she was
oh
going,
my
yeah.
god,
Listen.
so much charisma. She is a great wrestler.
What do you
Yes.
think they're doing with her character though at the moment?
It's very Scottish.
It's like she's meant to be this, like she came in with sanity and stuff and
Yep.
was obviously this like total psycho and just like running but the kind of she's with Alexa Bliss just sounding on making it this kind of
No, I like
she's
it,
quite
man.
friendly and
I
She's
like it because
it's
you
it's
know.
like a rip-off of Grado,
you
innit?
two.
No, but you know at some point,
know.
you know at some point she's going to revert
Tom,
to type.
aye.
Right, aye.
Because she's
Now,
a heel.
everybody thinks that it's going to be Bliss that turns on Nikki.
It'll be
I
Nikki.
think it'll be the
Good
other
shout,
way
Paul.
around.
Bliss is a good shout.
shout.
It's a good shout
Nikki-
because I
Ni-
think she works better like
Aye,
that.
Nikki is a great heel,
Yes.
She works the crowd great. She's fantastic,
See,
and she
remember
deserves
our
all the success.
character, our greatest in the galaxy character.
Don't remember that.
That's like she was like.
That's right, the greatest in the galaxy. I do remember that.
All
song.
they need to do is change the word galaxy to universe, and they've got her gimmick, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, just let her do her thing. She's
And just
fucking
really
outstanding.
heal it up.
And I
Really
love the way
Outstanding.
I love the way she's no, for example, she's no full of makeup.
Nope.
She does do with all the glitz and the
She's just
glamour.
Nicky, mate.
She's just Nicky,
Yeah.
mate. She's Nicky for fucking training in Linwood.
Yeah,
She's no
yeah.
changed that bit.
I love Nicky, man.
Yeah,
We need to get her on
definitely.
this
She
show.
definitely
We need to
flies
get
the
her on
flag.
this show. Louise is putting over Grado Wrestling, big family bash at the Pavilion, which is brilliant. Fair play to Grado and all involved. Well done,
Thanks very
boys.
much, Louise. I really
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it for coming up.
You're
There you
welcome
go.
for the house, Grado.
Neil Greenwood putting over British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith being inducted into the Hall of Fame, burying
time.
the fact that Dynamite Kid didn't go in with him.
That's a surprise. but-
Dynamite Kid went in last year, didn't he?
No, Dynamite Kid's not in yet.
Is he not in it?
No, I've heard that Dynamite Kid didn't want to go in with him though.
Do you know what? It was Dynamite Kid passed away last year, didn't he?
No, he's still alive.
No, he's
Oh,
dead.
no, he's
Is
dead.
Dynamite Kid dead?
Aye, he
Dynamite
died last
Kid's
year.
dead, man.
'Cause they
Is
went-
he dead?
Aye, they done a tribute to him on Raw, and that's why I'm getting mixed up saying that he went into the Hall of
Right.
Fame.
Did he not?
That guy was a fucking psychopath.
He
But
was-
he didn't want to go in though.
It's
for
funny
some
how
reason,
the
didn't he?
lasting memory I have a Dynamite Kid is the interview done shortly after Chris Benoit passed, and he's sitting in his house,
In a
and he's
wheelchair.
and he's obviously not paid his Sky subscription because the Hang Sky's up going to reconnect Sky. Please contact 0845. Ken that, you know that way. That's my lasting memory of Dynamite
Lasting
Kid.
memory, I hadn't
That
paid
he
his
never
Sky.
paid his fucking Sky bill.
I've heard so many stories about.
I
It's
felt he was a bad
it's
bastard.
actually took the shine off his ability in the ring for me.
Yeah, aye, because there's a lot of stories that go through the rounds.
Yeah, he's a fucking warmer.
But I mean, for me, Davey Boy Smith, responsible for
Yeah.
the largest wrestling crowd, because I think they say it was WrestleMania 3, but that was gimmick to somewhat.
Aye,
Whereas-
SummerSlam was
Aye.
just like
and the-
a legit
aye,
90,000.
Aye, aye.
I mean,
Who's going to put him in?
his boy, Davey
Is
Boy
he
Smith
definitely
Jr.
gonna do it?
Have you wrestled Davey Boy Smith Jr.?
I'm the tag champ with him in WS.
Really? So yeah.
You might get the call, Grado.
I get the
Oh,
call.
in fact, hold on a wee minute. What's happening with the Hall of Fame?
It's been cancelled.
Oh,
They're putting it back. I think
And
they're going to put it back to SummerSlam.
They're going to put
weekend.
that in the fucking hot. They're going to do that in the gym and all.
No.
Fuck me,
Takeover's
man.
been cancelled in the Hall of Fame. I think they're going to put them back to
Takeover's
SummerSlam.
been cancelled.
Aye, Takeover's
Jesus
been
Fuck
cancelled.
hell,
off.
man.
Takeover's
The
always
best. I know.
Ah, man.
I know.
Takeover's not the best for me.
No.
Nah. I mean, I love NXT, but
You don't like wrestling, but do you, Grado?
no, I like.
You
I
like the pomp
I
and
like
circumstance.
I like pomp and circumstance.
That's it,
I
man.
like entrances. I like promos. See when they start wrestling one there with fucking bare feet and
I
slapping
hate
their
that
fucking
wrestling.
Here's a question for you. Who on the current rosters get the best entrance?
the best entrance in the WWE right now. In fact, I don't even know if I've
On
seen it, but I
NXT
could take a
or-
pic.
Across WWE.
What about the boy in NXT? That's Velvet's.
Velveteen Dream.
He's got a good one, hasn't he?
I like Shotzi Blackheart when she comes in the wee
In the wee
tank.
tank.
She comes in the wee
Aye.
toy tank. It's
You know,
brilliant.
you're going to struggle to find a better entrance visually
Right.
than Naomi.
Oh,
She's got a great entrance with that,
yeah,
with,
yeah.
with,
Like
with the sparkly
fluorescent-
stuff.
Fluorescent
Aye,
lights
I
and
really
all that.
like her. She's a great wrestler.
And our entrance theme is a belter as well.
And see Undisputed Era when they do the whole
Aye, shut up,
Adam Cole baby, and they do the whole booms. I love that stuff as well. That's a
That's a
brilliant
fucking
theme.
tune, innit,
That's an
man?
absolute tune. Right, okay, go
Hold
back.
on.
Oh, that's not. I
we've
forgot.
got
Go
a
on.
response from Mr. Dar.
This no, we've not got a response from
Oh,
Mr.
right,
Bar, but can I
okay.
just play this song for you? For me,
See if this is River City again.
see for me, this for me is the best, the best non-rip off, if you know what I mean, just
Yes.
generic theme music, right? See if you can tell me who. Did you look
okay,
at my?
go on.
Did you look at my phone?
Ah, didn't he?
Right.
Didn't he?
I think this is fucking brilliant. Right, listen. I'll get the listeners to phone in. I'll tell you after, right?
It's going to be TNA, isn't it?
No.
No.
Is that Canyon? No.
And you know what? I was looking for bad guy music, right, for Joey Hayes last week, and I thought I might just use that because nobody will know. Right.
Go on, tell us.
Right,
Go on.
so, but I want the listeners to,
All right, okay.
to text in.
Right, okay.
But right now, I'll tell you that the answers.
Right.
Lance Storm's WCW.
Ah, right.
Do you know the best song in the world right now that's the best wrestling song that's not a wrestling entrance theme tune is Skunk and Nancy, This Means War.
I saw you tweet that, Toal,
Right.
and I immediately went.
What, is
listen
it a
to it.
promo video for
Absolutely
WrestleMania?
Brilliant.
You need to listen to this
Oh,
song.
Well,
It's a fucking
Yeah.
banger,
who
man.
the hell is in charge of picking these WrestleMania songs? Because every year they knock it out the park.
I
don't
love
they?
that
It's,
tune.
it's the Weekend one
The
at the
Weeknd,
moment.
aye.
It's really
Can I
good.
hear it?
Aye,
Is it
aye.
the Weekend or the Weekend?
It's the Weekend, but it's changed its name. But that is a great tune, isn't
Can I hear
it?
it?
Oh,
So,
brilliant.
what WrestleMania is this? WrestleMania.
WrestleMania
I'll get, I
36.
think I've got it here, Grado. Hold on.
You got it?
Because I put it on my playlist this week.
Every WrestleMania song is gallus. Is it
Remember
called?
the year it was Tonight. Was that the one you were at?
We were no, but no. Mine was Ridden in the Stars, a million miles away. Is this the song you're talking about?
That's it. Blinding Lights by the Weekend. That's great. So 80s. It's brilliant.
Right. No, that's not the song I'm talking about, right? You need to look this up. Look up Skunk and Nancy.
This
How do you-
means
how do you-
war.
how do
This
you
means
spell it?
war.
Just type in This Means War and it'll be one of the first things.
I saw you tweet that and I immediately went on and went, that, you're right, it should be an event title or a
Yep.
pay-per-view
Avenged
title.
Sevenfold.
No, it's Skunk and Nancy.
Skunk and answer the other. So this is going to be the WrestleMania theme
No,
song.
I'm saying this is the
Alright.
best song that's not an entrance theme song. Right,
Alright,
listen
so
to
it's got
this.
nothing to do with wrestling.
No, but listen to it, right?
Alright.
It's pure wrestling in it, man.
You should have opened this last week. Somebody's getting this for the next Family Bash.
Isn't it? It's pure wrestling, man. Wait till you hear the lyrics
Right.
as well. Although you can't use
Sorry,
it.
John, I know.
You can't use it in the family show because it's got cursing in it.
Oh, has it? Listen, you're too scared, Toad, don't worry. It's a pavilion. Oh, maybe.
Isn't it? It's a pure
That
wrestling
is
song,
a-
isn't it,
You
man?
want it?
Aye. Can I get it?
Aye.
Yes! Yeah, beauty.
You've got it, mate.
Motherfucking head, lads!
That's your new theme tune.
Yes.
That's your new theme tune, Toad.
Finally.
Finally. Okay, guys.
Right,
what was the next?
okay, Gary Henderson's saying, putting over Austin, or burying, I think. This is Austin asking for a hell yeah, and then cut to rows of empty seats and silence.
I think that's
In
funny.
fact, he's putting that over. He says that is pure art, and our friend Mr. Rab Florence actually put that on Twitter as well, that Austin asked for a hell yeah to empty audience.
Was that no funny?
like,
That sounds funny.
Yeah,
Was it
yeah,
no?
yeah. Oh, no, it kind of worked in a
You're
way.
hard to
See
please,
if,
Toad.
see if they'd have said, if you want to know what 316 day is, give me a hell yeah.
Yeah.
Once. But he done it, and then he went like that. I said, if you want to know what 316
Right,
day,
Carl's doing it up at
give me a
Arsenal.
hell yeah.
Yeah, that-
And then
that's
Byron
it.
Saxton goes like that. Hell yeah!
Don't
like
he?
that, and then Austin bit it.
Stand
Fuck
on
out,
him.
man.
That sounds funny.
It was
He's
alright.
putting over. He's putting
Okay.
over. Andy put over Rab's kids for sleeping through the night. He did tweet that the other day there.
Rab's
It's really
wins.
interesting. And I want to put over Dead Silence on WWE. It's really interesting to watch it. Like it's you're in your room with your pals.
Aye. What's funny as well, because they guys, I mean, obviously,
This is one
The-
question I want to ask you. You know, if
Calling the spots.
how do you call the spots?
well, I mean,
When
for
you-
example, me and Jess on Saturday, we never uttered a word. I think the only thing we did was, we done a superplex off the top rope and the table never went.
Oh, didn't know.
So I just went, definitely driver me.
I am the table.
I just called an audible, and the best thing about that was because the pavilion is only one side. So, you know,
to the back side.
I look to the side,
Right.
look and I look, and just go, Deaf fella driving me through that table, and they'll see me.
Yeah.
But it is interesting to figure out that these boys are doing this MTD match. They'll need to have their shit together.
Yeah,
Bang,
they,
bang,
they
bang.
went for the Randy Savage approach of just. Do you think they've just done the full match backstage?
Aye. Oh, because I
Savage
mean,
approach,
at the end of the day, one of the
Also, remember they've got commercial breaks as well.
that's it. That's what got to me as well, because I don't know if any of you have got Fight TV.
I
One
saw
of the
this,
most
yeah.
awkward things is when AEW go to commercial break, they're still on. So JR's talking a pile of shite. He's talking a pile of shite.
Did you see when it was like the girls were coming down to the ring and JR goes, "What's this shit?"
Aye, he forgets that he's still on. But it made me think, right, okay, so they went to commercial break on these SmackDowns. Are they still working a match, or are they gone, right?
No, did you not
let's
see
get
what
a breather?
happened?
No.
They come back for the fucking commercial break and they were sitting talking to each other.
Shut up.
Aye, yeah.
What?
Seriously?
What match?
It was Bailey and fucking.
It was
Hangman.
Bailey and Bailey.
You're kidding me. You
Bailey
banned
and
me up.
Sasha. And
You
the
banned
one-
me up.
I swear to you, mate.
Yeah, they went
That's
to commercial break
horrific.
because they stopped wrestling during the commercial
No.
break.
That's what I mean. Like,
Apparently, though, they had to, because there was a problem with the tag. They were on the different sides of the ring, so Bailey had pointed it out, so they had to change the tag.
No way,
The
mate.
tag around. That's
No
why.
way.
So they couldn't. So they missed Oscar because Oscar made the surprise and he goes, "We can't do this because she's going to be in camera." So they had to switch sides of the ring.
like,
Apparently,
you know, that they just have absolutely no fucking. They've got no respect. I'm saying this like a fucking 90-year veteran, right? But they've got absolutely no respect for kayfabe at all anymore, man.
That-
Well, see the thing is,
It's the
John.
cat's out the bag. The horse is
Aye.
bolted,
yeah,
right?
kayfabe's dead, man.
You can either
but it's no.
exactly.
It shouldn't be Grado, but it's so.
See, the thing
though,
is,
isn't it?
no, but you've got another generation coming through.
Exactly.
That are
Don't forget
wrestling
away.
fans.
Just because we're
Right,
old.
Just because we know that it's kid on, they don't.
Yeah,
Aye.
of course.
And do you know what, John? One of the main reasons why we call spots out in the ring is crowd reaction.
Yeah.
That's the main reason
Well,
why
I
we
mean,
do it. That's why we
Do
do
you
it.
think
We
that's
go,
a lost art?
right,
Do you
time to
think
go.
that's a lost art? Do you think like you come from?
Well, was
you're
it a
coming
low
through-
start when there's
do
no
you think
cunt
with
sitting in the crowd?
Right, but do you think with the kids coming through, getting into calling it in the ring, do you think the kind of younger generation coming through, your Leighton Buzzards, your
Right.
Kieran Kelly's and all that,
Aye.
do you think they're a bit of they're doing this all backstage as opposed to going with the crowd and calling
Aye,
it in the ring? Do you
100%.
think that's missing now?
100%, because I think there's a lot of young kids that are getting very confused by what they're watching.
Right.
Because there's no storytelling. You know, is there a way you'd be watching going, oh, Christ, this guy's in jeopardy. Oh, look at the way he's hurting, he's selling. There's no enough time now to sink in. It's just move
Also,
after move after move.
You know,
and it
there's,
just
never,
looks...
there's never any sort of surprise ending. You can see the ending of a match coming a mile away now. You know what I mean?
And there's far too many false finishes.
So do you think it's very much like that kind of NXT generation, I guess, where it's like, right, I want to get this spot in, I want to get that spot in, I want to get this spot in.
Yeah,
So
but
backstage,
fuck.
they're going right,
Aye.
and there's none of that psychology, there's none of that storytelling. I mean, because you are the master of selling, Grado. I
Aye,
mean, that's
you
what
sure right am.
that's what you do.
I take it you've never seen Brock Lesnar, no?
Ever seen him sell?
Brock Lesnar's the best seller in the game.
No, yes. But what I'm saying is, no, I pride myself on my selling. Selling is what I love. I love selling because there's nothing better than being in that ring, get your ass handed to me. I feel as if I shine when I'm getting my ass kicked because there's no better feeling in the crowd.
The comeback.
The rumbling for the comeback. And when I'm breathing out my ass, and I hear the fans got from me, and I'm ready to go for that fire. And when I hit that comeback, I can assure you right now, there's no better feeling in the world. That's why I think there's been a bit of a low start. There's these guys now that are going far too fast. It's fancy, but they're no bringing in, they're no getting the crowd invested, they're no giving them enough time to want them to get a come up on somebody. There needs to be time taken, like on Saturday. Although that bit with you, Toal, was perfect, where we got Frank Toal in the ring.
It was pure old
It
school,
was,
wasn't it?
aye,
man?
it was old
all
school,
panel.
but it should have been slowed the hell right down, man. Slow right down. One interesting thing is we went for dinner after the show, and I was asking my family what they thought, and I was like, what did you think of the semi-main event? And they loved it. The only thing that they didn't like about it was there was too many 1-2 kickouts, 1-2 kickouts. And for casual fans, that just goes right out of their head. You know what I mean? What happened to blowing a comeback? Oh, maybe one wee blip, slip of the banana, 1-2 kick out, then the finish. It needs to be more than that. You know what I mean? And another thing as well, what I really don't get on live TV, I do not get this for 1 minute, but the leg slap on live TV does my tits in. It's on the telly. I can understand if you're doing it in front of a live crowd, but there's a camera there. Jesus, give a break, man. And do you know what surprises me the most? Is smart fans buy into it. They love it, which I just don't get. Do you know what I mean?
See all the flippy dippy stuff, man, that's not for me.
It's not for me. It's do you know what? I'm impressed by it. When I was 14 and I first started getting CCW tapes, I was amazed by it. But now when I can go back and I'll watch matches for the 80s, 90s, I love to see slowing it right down, telling a story, putting in a hold.
That's why I enjoy watching Mikey Whiplash wrestling. Because he's very much a throwback to the sort of days.
Aye, 100%.
And he's
Well, I mean, Walter in NXT, I think you've got to, that's he's kind of trying to bring that
no
back.
having it, man. I
That's
don't,
what I
don't like a big man.
Mate, do you know, I think he's, when I first saw him, right, I saw him about 7 years ago and I went, this guy's an absolute star. But when I see his strikes and he's selling, I'm going, mate, you're letting yourself down, man. You shouldn't be bumping for any
He
cunt.
should, no, that's the one thing I would say. But guys like that shouldn't be bumping, should they?
Apparently he's the only person on NXT UK that's allowed to use a chop.
Really?
Is that right?
Aye.
Really?
Oh, really? That's interesting. That's interesting. But yeah, no, that's interesting to hear about that.
Also, can I just say one
Yeah.
more thing? It's quite interesting. I read on Wrestle Talk magazine, which I didn't know was out in the shops. It's obviously they've obviously went down the distributor route. How Power Slam, and there was a bit about
It's good because there's no wrestling magazine.
the
now.
Rat magazine. But Marty Scurll, I would have thought that once his contract ran out, he would have jumped the ship right away to AEW. But in fact, no, he's signed the biggest ever Ring of Honor deal. He's got creative control.
Aye, see, Ring of Honor's all cancelled now.
Oh, as in
Completely. They're cancelled until July, I think it is.
really?
Yeah.
And NWA Power as well. Everything's off. I mean, NWA Power's cancelled.
Well, you know it's not going to be cancelled.
What?
Wrestling Daft.
Correct.
So let's make it what it is, troops. Get yourself involved. Tweet us. We love having a laugh with the fans. Your tweets are brilliant. Every bit of feedback we love. Let's just, in the next couple of weeks, guys, watch as much wrestling as possible. You tell us what to watch. We watch it. We'll tell you what to watch. And we'll have a wee bit of discussion about it, because for the foreseeable future, it looks like we're going to be watching a lot of matches
Absolutely.
in front of fucking chairs.
Either that or get in contact and see, punt is your favourite pay-per-view that's not a WrestleMania.
There you go.
And I'll pick one, I'll watch it, and I'll slag you.
You just made the list!
Right, okay, so this week on the List of Wrestling Daft, we asked you to vote on what you wanted us to feature. On our Patreon, it's $4 a month to vote on the List of Wrestling Daft. You get loads of other stuff in there, including you're meant to have this week pictures of Ronda Rousey with Grado, which he's still to send me, which you're going to send me
been a
right
bad
now.
week, but you'll get
It's
it
been a
tonight.
bad, and you're going to get win a signed Grado cap, which you said last week as
Oh,
well.
forgot.
Yes, you forgot that.
I'll bring them in.
Right, okay, so get signed up now at patreon.com/wrestling daft. You can do that. This week we're asking you to vote between best matches outside the ring. That was off the back of Ciampa and Gargano wrestling right round the Performance Centre, which was really cool. And it's the road to WrestleMania, or WrestleMania behind closed doors. It was your favourite WrestleMania matches. Grado.
Obviously, that's going to win. Did it win?
It did win by 58% of the
No,
vote,
what
yeah.
could have made a big difference is if a match that was meant to happen happened, but it never, due to logistics. But you do remember the Matt Hardy compound, the tweet or delete
Aye, of
match?
course.
That,
What was it called?
The
Ultimate Deletion.
I'm pretty sure if we'd done matches to happen outside the ring, that would have been number
Yeah.
one. I think, because it was
I don't
amazing.
know, Rock and Mankind, empty arena match.
Oh,
Right.
Piper and Goldust as
Oh,
well.
the Road Wild,
Yeah,
but,
that'd have been good as
Listen
well.
to this, listen to this.
Hold on, what?
You know, I did, for a while, have a stint with a company in America called TNA.
Oh, did you? I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
A couple of bouts here and there.
Is that a wee regional company?
It's an international company, over 150 countries worldwide, Pakistan, India, Japan, a lot, right?
That's
Right,
like Beer 52.
What was meant to happen was the Hardy compound match. There was the Rock and Roll Express were on it, weren't they? What else was on it?
You had Jeremy Borash and...
No, that was at Slammiversary.
Was it?
Either way, you remember there was a kangaroo involved in the deletion videos. Well, if I just look up on the internet, Mike Johnson reports, who we mentioned earlier, you yawning too.
Mate, I've fucking not been to my bed yet.
I know, sorry,
since
mate.
last night.
So here was the rumours, right? Matt and Jeff were involved in making it. The plans were Decay, Abyss and Crazy Steve versus the Helms Dynasty, Andrew Everett and Trevor Lee, blah, 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 blah. There was meant to be a Rosemary match where she would defend her Knockouts title, along with a bout between Grado and the Kangaroo from the tweet.
Hold
the
on.
delete or Decay.
Right, great. Just rewind for a minute, right? You're telling me right now that you were meant to be on probably what we described before as probably the biggest match to happen outside the ring.
I
You
think
know,
that's
such a buzz.
that's probably TNA's biggest show.
Ultimate Deletion, you were meant to be involved in it, and you were meant to be wrestling a kangaroo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Missed the fucking flight.
You're
Missed the
joking.
flight. I was meant to wrestle a kangaroo. How good would that have been? It was a kangaroo. Jeff Hardy's got, and by the way, this kangaroo can go. It can lock up. It can take a wrist lock. It can reverse that. Hardy can, mate. Jeff's got this thing.
He's taught a
kangaroo, mate.
How to...
Kangaroos are probably a better fucking worker than me.
Jinky's just been that out his fucking tights that he's thought it was a person. and trained it up.
Out his tights.
Aye.
Grado, hold on, just rewind again. You're trying to tell me that
I'm not trying to tell you it was, mate.
Matt Hardy trained
Jeff.
trained a kangaroo to wrestle, and that you were meant to wrestle.
I was meant to wrestle the kangaroo. Yep, unfortunately never happened. This has happened to me
Are you
twice.
ribbing me here?
This is
No,
this
I'm
is
not ribbing you.
this is genuine, brand new information. I've never heard this story before.
Seriously,
It is soul destroying, man. This has happened to me plenty of times. At Slammiversary, I was supposed to be, there was a match between Jeremy Borash and Josh Matthews, which spilled out to the outside. Everyone was involved, and it was meant to go to the backstage area, and there was meant to be I can't remember the exact details, but me and Scott Steiner were meant to be working out. Or doing
working
something.
out with Scott Steiner's a different story.
It would have been funny. And but the thing is, we were leaving it quite tight. My flight was at like 9 in the morning. Get to Orlando for 6 at night, and would pre-record it to put in a live match. Of course, my flight got fucking cancelled.
Alright, so you never missed the flight, it got cancelled.
The first one, I missed the flight. The second time, the flight got totally
I
cancelled.
can't believe.
I mean, you know, it was one of the ones where it was meant to leave at like 9 or 10, then it was 11, then it was 12, then it was 1, then it was, I'm sorry, troops.
Cancelled.
So I was gutted,
Did
man.
anyone no one took the kangaroo spot then? Did they just cut that from the show?
Aye, they cut that.
I think we would have remembered if somebody wrestled the kangaroo.
I think Spud had like an in-ring promo weight or something like that, but it never
Aye,
did
It
a
wasn't
match.
wrestling a kangaroo.
But I can assure you, if that match did happen, it would have made that.
Do you know
fucking
what?
list.
See, sorry to go off topic there, but see what you're saying there about Spud. See, Spud, he's one of my favourite people on the face of the planet.
Aye, we talk about him every week on this.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Do you know what he
It's
does?
appeared on this
Genuine guy.
podcast via voicemail
See-
from Grado.
See, every time he gets the opportunity, he FaceTimes my wee boy with one of the WWE
really?
wrestlers, right?
Wow.
And see, after the
That's
recent
great,
house
mate.
show at the Hydro, he messaged me and says, "Would you like a couple of tickets for you and your boy?"
Oh,
right, so
that's
straight away,
lovely.
Yeah.
that's nice, right? So done that. Then after it, I phoned him. He said thank you, right after the show, and he cancelled the call, and I was like, oh, "Fucking hell, he must be busy." And straight after that, I got a FaceTime.
Who was it with Braun?
Big Braun, man, right?
what a
and
guy.
see the Wayne's face when
That's what it's all about, Chris.
that. Another story. Sorry, again, I'm
No,
going
no,
off, right?
Baron.
Grado could have FaceTimed you with a kangaroo.
Wait, I tell you this one, right? So every so often, like I say, he'll FaceTime me, right? And we're good mates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he's FaceTime me and I'm in the bath. Right? So I've been like,
Brilliant.
fuck.
Lucky Spud.
Sammy's brought the phone in, she's like, listen,
Did you have your tootle out?
yes. Right, Spud's FaceTiming you, so I've been like, right, fuck, I better do it. So I filled it so that you can't see my bobby and that, right? And I think I've answered it. So he's come on, he's like, how you doing? I'm like, no bad, what's happening? He says, listen, I just want to introduce you to some people. And he's passed the phone round the fucking car.
Brilliant.
Big E, Xavier Woods, Big Braun again.
Brilliant.
And then he's handed the belt to at the time, the
24/7.
reigning, defending WWE champion Kofi Kingston.
And you're sitting with your bobby in the
Right,
bath.
right, and then he's went like that, he's went, shows your cock. I'm like, listen, see if you think I'm showing you my cock in front of Big E Langston, you better have fucking incoming. Know what I mean?
That's fucking superb.
Oh, brilliant.
What a nicer guy. That exact same show, I spoke about this in podcast, but he brought me backstage to me because I'm really good pals with Abyss. And I says, look, you know, make it a surprise that I'm here. And
Is Abyss working with Fed now?
he's a producer. And he came out, and I swear to God, Abyss was greeting and everything because we hadn't seen each other in like a year. It was brilliant.
Abyss greeting?
He
Kinda ruins the character.
Hey, didn't know his Abyss. It's probably on the dirt sheets, but he's the biggest.
He's a big softy.
He's the biggest softy.
Wow.
Aye.
He's such a big softy. But the nicest guy you'll ever meet, and he deserves everything he gets.
Yeah. Good
I
for
tell you
him.
what, that took a wee bit of turn. We've heard from
Sorry about that.
Grado wrestling a kangaroo to Biggie Langston seeing Chris's
Aye,
bobby.
cock, aye.
Let's get back to the list of wrestling.
Right,
Daft, we
sorry about
were
that, man.
going the best WrestleMania matches. Won the vote. Grado, we'll come to you
I
first.
can- alright, I
for
can-
it.
I can
You
go
do
with
your
mine.
top three. Go.
Well, you know, before I held hostage my ex-girlfriend and Shah Simon was at 5 in the morning, I strapped him to the settee and made them watch The Rock versus Hogan. They did not want to watch it, but I made them watch it because for me, I think it's the best match of all time. Second favourite match of all time has got to be The Rock versus Stone Cold at Mania 17.
Right, can I ask you this? How if that's the best match of all time, is it the third on your list?
He's going back.
Oh,
He's going back the ways.
Sorry.
He's going descending rather
Sorry,
than ascending.
it's meant to be first. So second is Rock and Austin at WrestleMania 17. And the third match was...
Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels.
Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels.
Michaels.
Sorry, we didn't discuss that.
Yeah.
Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, just for the I'm sorry, I love you. Because I've used that about fucking 40 times on shows.
Yeah.
I love using it.
But I did see a GIF this week of like people, pensioners in the UK. This is what is happening to people right now. And Shawn Michaels saying, "I'm sorry, I love you," before kicking Ric Flair.
Says me,
brilliant.
my granddad.
Yes.
Love that. Love that.
Right, Chris, you're a guest of the
let's
show.
hear
yours.
So let's go to, first of all, number 3.
Right, number 3 is from WrestleMania 7. Ultimate Warrior versus Macho King Randy Savage.
What age are you at the time?
I think I'm a bit, maybe 9.
So
maybe
you're at
9
the
last time.
height of being absolute.
Oh, you've been younger than then, Chris. Would
Aye.
you?
No,
you'd been-
I'm 37 now.
All right, okay, because
So,
this was
aye.
WrestleMania 7 was me primary 7. That was Slaughter versus Hogan.
That's right.
That was the whole Iraq thing going on when
That's
Slaughter had
correct.
turned heel.
It's funny, these matches that stick out in your mind.
Oh,
all
that-
ones
No,
with
you
the
can't.
You're
primary
away, and that was
seven,
that
second year and
was
first
my
year.
first
I
real
tell me this
WrestleMania
one
thought.
though. Is there any matches that are going to stick out in our Wayne's minds?
That's a good shout, mate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What-
Because
what-
I
what
think
would-
a
what
lot
would
of
your man
wrestling,
say? What does he say?
a lot of wrestling is his favourite match is Royal Rumble 1992, and he's
yeah,
11
that's
years old. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
But it's the network, man. It just becomes
Exactly.
a
Exactly.
bit. Wayne's are going back
I
watching.
mean-
That's why I think Vince likes using Goldberg.
Do you know what? I said just before Goldberg won the belt, I was like, you can say what you want, but see when Goldberg's making his way out and he's doing that entrance, I'm a heavy duty
of course you are.
Goldberg fan, man.
Oh, it's the best entrance ever.
Honestly.
Yeah.
It's so good. And I don't care that his matches go short. But hold on, I was looking...
Play to your strengths, mate.
Do you know
Exactly.
anyone? Do you know anyone else that's used that as an entrance before?
There's been a few folk. I've seen one at the perished ABC. Go to be one of the
did you?
better.
I believe I was actually in that video. I think the guy that was coming out walked by me, and
Interesting.
There's actually
So,
a really good bit of that where we are filming it, and the governor, Martin Stone, with the big series gimmick is brilliant if you got it up.
nah, it's
You see
what's his WWE name?
Danny Bucks.
Danny Bucks,
Aye,
that's
he
right.
sees the camera and what he sees it and he goes, "Oh," and shits himself
Aye,
out the
that's
road.
what I mean,
Aye,
that's right.
Is that
Brilliant.
Danny
That's right.
Burke?
Aye.
That's Danny Bucks.
That is
Aye.
amazing. I've seen
Aye.
that
By the
before. I
way,
noticed that
see
when
that
you did
guy?
Gradoberg.
That
We're
guy-
talking about Gradoberg just now, just in case you didn't know.
Aye, please look at
It's
look
not
at
had
the
many
Grado
views.
Burks. Aye, it's not got that many views.
Yeah.
Get that up and look at Danny Bucks.
He's a nice guy. I know him.
He's a nice guy.
He is a nice gentleman.
So Warrior Savage at WrestleMania 7.
Yes.
Why?
So
Do you know, I don't even think I've seen that.
see the story. This was a career versus career match. If the Ultimate Warrior beat Macho Man Randy Savage, Macho King Randy Savage had to leave WWE. If he beat Ultimate Warrior had to leave WWE. Macho Man gave him 7 Macho Man elbows off the top rope. Right, Warrior kicks out. See the whole story from the start to finish, all the way right through the match. It's going to Elizabeth, who's in the crowd. Right.
That's right.
But Macho King is with Sensational Sherry, so you've got
Right.
that as well.
Yeah.
Right, and then at the end, Macho King loses, right? And he gets up and he goes to speak to Sensational Sherry, and she sets about him, starts slapping the shit out of him, man, right? And then Elizabeth jumps the barrier,
Oh, that's
runs to the
beautiful.
ring, kicks
Yes,
fuck
Spoiling it for me because I've never seen
never
this.
seen- you must have
Honestly,
seen.
this is amazing.
I just don't have a memory of it, man.
Look, Miss
It's
Elizabeth up on the
amazing.
shoulder at the end.
But
That's
this match in itself,
Pathetic, innit? It's so pathetic.
this match in itself
I would have
was
been too.
brilliant. It was brilliant,
Yeah.
right? And that sticks out for me as one of my favourite
Right,
wrestling
go-
Is that your
matches.
number 3 then?
So
That's
that's
my number
the
3.
what?
This is interesting. I want to know number
Okay.
2. No,
What's
man.
number 2?
Here we
All
go.
right.
All
Mania
right,
10 is
okay.
this?
Opening match to WrestleMania 10.
Who was
wait.
it?
Sorry?
Who was it?
It's Bret the Hitman Hart versus Owen Hart. The King
Open
of Hearts.
match as well.
You know what? This was the match that made Owen Hart for me. Especially when he's leaving the ring at the end and he's got that big bit of slabber that just will not go away from his mouth.
yeah,
And he's going on about and then he's he was You know what? He was a huge loss to wrestling. Owen Hart.
I would argue that Owen Hart was a better worker than Bret Hart.
Well, do you know what I was just going to say there? This match, I don't like this match because of Bret Hart. I like this match because of Owen Hart. And I was never a huge Bret Hart fan, to be honest with you. I think I mentioned that to you before.
Yeah.
I kind of felt as if a lot of his matches were paint by numbers, and he got the same moves and the same sequence. And like I was saying earlier on, you can see the end of a match coming a mile away. I kind of felt that way with Bret Hart, but see this match, for the start to the end, man, I absolutely loved it.
It's the family thing as well. Just
Exactly.
investing in it so much more.
You know what I love about that? Because look at Bret Hart's boots, right? I copied his exact style of boots. See the white?
That's
the
for
white,
our Patreon
sort of
viewers.
black,
You can see it on
sorry,
the
you
video.
see it, with the gold. I've always went for the Bret Hart style of boots. Bret Hart always had amazing gear. I love that scene in Wrestling with Shadows where he goes in his wardrobe and he's got all the different leotards. I fucking love that. Wee things like that. I love seeing stuff like that.
I mean, this is for the patrons. You can see us in the video version, but the gear is just, it is quality.
Amazing,
isn't
isn't it?
It is quality. So, okay, Bret Hart versus Owen Hart, WrestleMania 10, and number 2. What's your number 1, Chris?
Well,
CM Punk versus John Cena.
same as Dafty here, innit?
Rock and Hogan.
No, Rock and
Austin 17.
Aye.
How would you rate the 3 matches? How would you put them in order?
That's my order.
Right, no, but I mean, like, so, you know...
Oh, the 3 Austin Rock
so
matches.
17, 19,
17, 15, 19.
17, 15, 19. I'm going to go for 17, 19 and 15.
Aye, in that order.
Aye.
I loved 19. See when The Rock put his waistcoat on and all that. He was getting
Aye. I love that. And
That
I
was
love...
Hollywood Rock stuff.
Actually,
wasn't
do you know what? See, going back to it, I went to 20.
Did you?
Right, see, the night before WrestleMania 20, there was a documentary on the telly in America, and it was called The Mania of WrestleMania.
And he was
Right.
possibly... He was in host
Austin nearly never made that
He
match.
never made it?
He drank about 40 Red Bulls.
I heard that, yeah.
But we were talking about this last week. That's like one of the matches where you get scared watching. It's like, remember Lesnar and Angle? There was a big to-do about
Kurt Angle, if
Kurt
he
Angle's neck.
took a bump.
And you're watching it going, man, I'm
I remember
uncomfortable,
that.
man. I'm
That was
uncomfortable.
at 19.
Aye, that was at
Wasn't it?
19.
That was
aye.
at 19,
And
that
you're
was-
going like that, man. Jesus, you know, it's uncomfortable.
I mean, obviously, WrestleMania 17 was the Vince heel turn.
Yep.
I mean,
No,
Austin
Austin
heel
heel
turn.
Oh,
turn.
sorry, the Austin heel turn with Vince, obviously, you know, assisting Austin on it. But I just think, you know, with that match, and you know, it was because it was in Texas, it just didn't get the heat that moment deserved,
I don't think it's even because it was in Texas. I
It's
just
'cause it
think
was Austin.
It's just Austin. I
nobody
mean,
wanted Austin to turn
Nah.
heel.
Yeah.
and it was like the kind of forced flipping the bird.
Aye.
See when it's kind of like that. I
What
feel
they've tried to do there is they've tried to go for a double switch the same way that they done with Austin and Bret Hart, and it fell flat on its arse, didn't it? They had them singing Kumbaya a couple of months later. Yeah,
I mean,
brilliant.
that was.
That was
Well, I mean,
brilliant.
obviously, some people might want to be heel turn, but that stuff with Kurt Angle
But
was.
that was the
Funny
birth.
man.
That was the
Man.
birth of the what and the, you know, he did that
What?
thing looking at his watch and stuff.
Right,
But like,
fucking-
yeah, it was
the
brilliant.
what?
I loved the Austin heel.
in
turn.
the long run, what was a fucking pain in the ass. wasn't
Well, I was. In the
Right.
long run, it was a pain in the ass, but-
that was part of what the Byron Saxton done. Austin
Oh,
was
did he
dead
do
full
that?
on
They
Byron
go,
Saxton.
"Wow,
"What?
did he?"
I'll need to see this.
Yeah, you have to. We asked the punters as well what was their favourite WrestleMania matches. Let's go through some of them. Stephen Roach, Stone Cold versus Bret Hart from WrestleMania 13. Game changer of a match.
Aye, JR says that was the best match he's ever called.
That was of the double turn, wasn't it?
Loved
I
it.
mean, it was incredible. That whole, I mean, Chris, that just missed out on your list, didn't you?
It was actually on my list until I remembered Ultimate Warrior and Macho King.
I'm going to watch that tonight too.
Yeah. Westy, Hulk Hogan.
After we've left.
Westy goes
Westy.
Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior, champion versus champion match, WrestleMania 6.
Aye.
Brett Lowry, WrestleMania 2000, fatal 4-way elimination match for
Really?
the
I thought
WWF
that
title.
was dog meat,
That
man.
was stinking.
Really?
That was one of easily.
WrestleMania
I mean,
ends with a heel walking out with the
Aye,
title.
do you
Come
know what?
off it.
That was the absolute height of the
Oh, it was
Attitude
Triple
Era.
H, wasn't it? It was Triple H walked away with the
That was the
title.
pure height of the Attitude Era. That was when everything was on a roll, and I just
was
felt
it.
that was just.
Was that Foley's
jobby.
15th retirement?
What was that? It was.
Aye,
Aye.
yeah, it
15th
was.
Come
retirement.
on. Surely.
That's because was it Undertaker and Austin
He
were
was
injured,
injured.
weren't they?
Aye,
they were both
aye.
injured,
They
so
were
yeah.
they were meant to be in the match
I
and they get
think they
replaced
should
with
have
the
just
Big Show.
done. I think they should have done something
Foley.
like. I think they should have done Rock and Triple H.
1-on-1. They two were.
And something to do with Cactus, I don't know.
Rock
Who
and-
knows?
Rock and Triple H were Magic
What a
Era.
feud,
They
what
were
a feud.
Remember the one for the ladder match?
Put Triple H with anyone.
SummerSlam.
He's like Triple H Austin, Triple H Rock. He's always good.
People,
I mean-
I think Triple H will eventually be remembered as one of the greatest men to ever.
I think so.
Ever
Oh,
I think he'll be
100%.
up there.
But I think
mean,
a lot of people still got a bit of a problem with the fact that they felt that he politicked himself into all the
But,
titles.
I mean, fair enough. He's the son-in-law of Vince McMahon, but at the same time, what he's done with NXT, what he's done in the ring, what he's done with DX, all that. I think
Not
I totally
just
agree,
that,
totally agree.
DX, Evolution,
Aye,
like you
Christ.
said, NXT,
He gets a lot of slag in the business,
DX.
but-
They got listen.
he's
The
never
guy,
taken his time out to watch the Gradoberg entrance, has he? Right, anyway, keep going.
he's saying just for me, I think he'll go down as one of the greatest ever.
I mean, at the time we did hate it.
Aye, I know, but
We did, but
But-
when we look back at it now, it was so worth it, wasn't
Aye,
it?
but then you're looking at it now, and the fans hate. Like, remember Cena had it so many times, and they turned on him, and then even Rollins there when he had his they were cheering him the whole time until he won it,
Yeah.
and then they
So
turned on.
Hams, man. What I was going to say to you was Goldberg getting chewed out the building a couple of weeks ago.
No, not really. I didn't think it was
No.
that bad.
You
It
know?
wasn't bad. Kieran Thomas, Shawn Michaels versus Vince McMahon at WrestleMania 22. Just sheer entertainment from Shane kissing his
remember
old man.
this.
Shane kissing his old man's bare arse to Shawn compacting Vince in the trash can with an elbow off the ladder and finishing with a battered Vinnie Mac flipping the bird whilst being stretchered off.
I
Do you remember that?
I remember that.
John Montgomery, the very
Oh,
first
John Montgomery.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Very first WrestleMania I got in WrestleMania
Tell ya,
7.
pal.
The Warrior versus Macho Man retirement
Shit.
match with Elizabeth at the end was brilliant. Also the main event, Hogan versus Slaughter. Usual Hogan match, but the political time was a great feeling for the match. Dylan Gemmell, I have to... Daniel Bryan versus Batista versus Orton.
Aye.
Absolute pure satisfaction.
That was a great match.
Well, you know that, because he obviously fought Triple H at the start of the night. And then
Or just
Yeah.
that, especially with the Taker losing earlier in the
oh,
night.
that was
That's
right,
right.
yeah, 'cause
Know
it was
what I mean?
the end of the streak there.
Which I'm totally behind. I thought that was great.
Craig Vizzacali, Mania 17, Stone Cold and The Rock. Agrees with you, Chris. Selco, Austin versus HBK, or the first Undertaker versus Kane. I was 11 and absolutely shit scared of Kane and genuinely thought he killed Taker when he set the casket on fire at the Rumble before.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Gavin, Austin versus Brett at WrestleMania 13. As soon as the WWE Network launched in the UK, it was the first thing I searched for and watched. Just watched Austin's Network podcast with Brett, and I can't describe...
that's just
oh,
out,
is
innit?
it out? Is it?
Aye.
That's out. I'm going to watch that
I
tonight
can't
as well as that
descri-
match.
It's an
I
empty
can't
arena.
describe it better than him. But without a doubt, Austin versus Brett, the heel face double turn, the blood. I even say that the match is the beginning of the Attitude Era. I also say without doubt that the match made the greatest WWE superstar to ever live who he is today.
What a maneuver!
Mark McBride, Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair at WrestleMania. The ultimate stereo storytelling throughout. Had everything, and the ending has got to be
Grado
the
and Drew.
greatest of all time.
Totally was.
It was.
On a
just
par. On a par.
that. The one and only Kieran Kelly from The Wrestling.
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
He, by the way, he again absolutely nailed it. Kieran Kelly is an absolute star.
He's gonna
in
be.
superstar.
making.
I know his
He's
dad
got
very
it.
well.
You know
Aye.
what? He said the other day, he tweeted, he says, that pavilion show today was my WrestleMania.
Well,
And
really?
I
shit.
replied to him and I says, listen, mate, I says, your WrestleMania is going to be WrestleMania.
I guess him late and these guys coming through are going to.
He's this
Yeah.
young man is going the full way.
Yeah.
I don't
The
want
full
to. I don't want to sound like I'm fucking putting over my show too much, right? But I went out for my dinner last night with my dad,
Listening to you, mate.
and he says, "I watch that wrestling in the telly every week, blah blah blah," and I got bowled out my tits. He says, "See every one of the wrestlers that come out on Saturday, every one of them had charisma. Every one of them made me laugh. Every one of them made me smile. They made me joke. They made me want to boo. They made me want to..." And I was like, you know what? That means a lot. See, if you're coming for somebody
Yeah,
that does it wrestling, and it's true, we've got so much talent here.
Oh,
You just
without
wait till they
a doubt.
get into WWE developmental.
Aye, as soon as
Aye.
as soon as they get scouted, it won't be long before it's just me and you, Toal. Me, you, and Frank.
That's
Grado,
it. Me, you, Frank, and fucking Stevie
Grado,
Purden.
Grado, I've still got hope for you, son. I've still
Thank
got
you,
hope.
pal.
Listen,
Kieran says The Rock versus Cena at WrestleMania 28. The year-long build had me itching to see the match and never disappointed. Two of my favourites and the most charismatic superstars of all time closing the show was
Well,
awesome to watch.
That's interesting here because Kieran is a young boy, so he's obviously
Yeah.
missed quite a lot of that. But again, that was a great match. What I loved about that was the way The Rock started after the match, where he was he's flipping up out the wrist lock coming out.
Yeah.
He's obviously went like that before it. Let me do a bit of come on.
Let me do a bit.
Let me show it. I can
Let
still
me get a bit.
wrestle.
Aye.
Aye.
Exactly, but it's also I think that's him trying to get himself over because the fans used to shout to Cena, you can't wrestle.
wrestle.
So the Rock's like that, listen, do a bit of wrestling at the start, then they can't chant, you can't wrestle,
Good shout,
and
mate.
then we can have a match.
That's a good
Fair
shout.
play. And finally, Chris McFly, Mania 1 and 2 with Mr. T. I was Hogan Daft and Mr. T Daft when I was a wee guy. Youngsters
too.
don't understand how popular guys like Hogan and Mr. T were back then.
Mate,
fucking unbelievable.
Fucking Mr. T, man, I had Mr. T wallpaper.
I had Mr.
You're
T.
joking.
I had the border.
T-
Remember the border? I had the 18 border. I had the 18 bedspread.
I had 18
Mate.
bedspread, that's what I was about to say. Amazing.
No way.
I did.
Listen, my ma was a single ma, right? She burst her arse, right? And she used to buy me an 18 figure every week. And I had the lot of them. And I had the
Aye.
fucking,
Well done,
I had the
Toes,
Corvette. And I had
The
the
Corvette, you
18
lucky
van.
bastard.
I had everything, man.
You lucky bastard. I
Why-
only had Hannibal and Mr. T for
By the
fuck's
way,
sake.
I think,
See,
they,
man, it's-
I think they might still be in my mum and dad's loft, actually.
Okay, bring it in next
See,
week.
presidents like that, man, they just stick with you.
Aye,
don't
they
you?
do.
As I've said numerous occasions.
wrestling belt,
The
here it
wrestling
comes.
belt, getting the replica belt, Toal, I got
Yeah.
it, undisputed belt.
Aye.
I mean, I get with tears of joy and Chris this morning with that belt.
Mate, that's fuck.
It's what it's all about,
I've
innit?
never owned a replica belt because it's no my.
No, it's not your scene. But can I ask you something? So, the wee man's into the wrestling, isn't he? Is have you bought him anything wrestling wise where he's went, wow, Dad, thank you so much? Or have you got anything lined up that you would like to give him?
I'm going to be honest with you, right? See, my wee laddie, he's so grateful for everything he gets.
Aye.
Right, that see, even if I handed him like one of the basic kind of shitey
poster.
wrestling, no, let's see the wee wrestling figures and stuff, or if I give him that, he's just over the moon
Yeah,
with everything.
that's
So it's, you know, nothing really sticks out because anything, like I says to producer John earlier on, I spent 60 quid on the Undisputed Era triple pack for him, right? And then I get a fucking hang through. No, let me tell you, I get a hang through the fucking door. Like that, you need to come to the sorting office to collect it. You always import tax and all. It was another fucking £18 odds or something like that, man. But see, when I gave him that, the Undisputed Era is his favourite now.
Yeah.
Right, and you can only get these in America. So
Brilliant.
when I gave him that, it was fuck.
And he'll always remember that too.
Aye,
Do
exactly,
you know what I mean?
that's it, man, that's
he'll,
it.
you know, he'll talk about that in
Aye,
20
it's
years'
great.
time. Things like that. Are you Wayne's into wrestling, John?
No. I've taken them to a couple of years
Right.
shows.
Are
I've
they
taken-
not really that interested?
No,
is
no,
it?
they loved it. They loved. Do you
Right.
know what? I took the wee man to see WWE at the Hydro, but then I took him to Larbert to one of the BW shows. The two of them haven't shut up since like they
Really?
were like they loved that.
It's funny
loved
to
it.
see a lot of Wayne's, you know, they'll go to the WWE and all that.
I mean, the wee man, when I have to say, when he's seen the WC,
Aye.
you know, we were talking about earlier on, getting emotional. See, when I saw his face, when
Aye.
it was the whole get build
Yeah.
up, he was just like, his mouth dropped and all the big productions going on the
Brilliant,
screen. It was
brilliant.
just, and Oscar came out and he's like, that,
That's
wow.
Oscar.
Wow.
Aye,
It
aye.
was amazing.
But I mean, I do feel, do you think a lot of Wayne's, when they go to a kind of local show because it's more intimate and that you're closer to the wrestlers
They-
and all that,
they
the
love
crowd,
it.
do
Yeah,
you think a lot of them like
it's
that?
more interactive as
Aye.
well. Do you know
Crazy,
who's
you
brilliant
patted him
for
on the
it?
head and it made it
Really?
like I tried to shout out to you,
Aye.
but you were obviously in wrestling zone, and he patted him on the head, and I tell you what, he didn't shut up about it.
Oh,
He
see, mate,
loved
that makes it,
Loved
that makes
That's
it
what it's
feel
all
fucking
about,
worth.
man.
That's
It
what it's all
does,
about.
told
That's
that
what it's
totally
all
makes it.
about.
You know, sometimes when you get stressed out about stuff and you worry and all this, and you know, am I still over? Am I still this, that? And then when you get something, when you make a wee guy's day and all that, you know,
know-
shook a wee guy's on his head, it's great and all that, and you think, wow, when you have that effect on Wayne's,
Yeah.
it's kind of, it's a really cool feeling.
Well,
It makes it worthwhile.
I worked as a heel at Reckless Intent, right? And they,
You're nae heel.
they
You're
gave-
nae heel
they-
at all.
They gave me the fucking hardcore belt. I won the hardcore belt.
Really?
Aye, and hang me, I dropped it about 30 seconds later, but after
Is
it,
it in your Wikipedia?
They do I don't have a Wikipedia.
You should have.
After it, they do a meet and greet with all the wrestlers, and there was a wee boy, and he came up and he was wearing a Superman jumper, right? I'll never forget it. I says to him, I've got that jumper at home, and he says, you're a bad man. I says, hey, don't you be cheeky to me, boy, like that. And the wee guy burst into tears,
no.
man. And honestly, I felt about this height.
So that's it from Wrestling Daft, episode 20. Thank you very much, Mr. Chris Toal, for stepping in.
You're more than welcome. I've had a fucking great time.
You enjoyed that? It's been good.
Really
It's
have
been
enjoyed
really
it.
good. Obviously, we're on fit with Daft with each other, but as soon as we found out that Rab couldn't do it, no better replacement than
exactly.
Toal.
Thanks very much. Rab's on self-isolation. Just a word on wrestling.
Hey, Rab Florence, I'm coming for you.
Just a word on Wrestling Daft going forward. Obviously, the coronavirus is affecting everyone. It's
I don't know if we've done this. We'll
do that. We'll get to that.
Sorry,
We'll get to Listener of the Week. But obviously, the coronavirus is affecting everyone across the UK. Wrestling Daft's going to sound slightly different for the next kind of couple of weeks because we're all going to be doing it from our houses. So Grado's going to be on Skype, Rab's going to be on Skype, I'll be on Skype with the Marks as well.
I've got this microphone equipment that I handed to somebody and I've not given it back yet. I need to get that back.
Get that back. We're going to need it. So you'll be able to see it in Grado's bedroom if you sign up to Patreon.
You'll see that Sabu. You'll see that Sabu picture that I've got up above the wall.
Absolutely. So it's going to sound slightly different, but what we want to keep doing here at Wrestling Daft is keep delivering content to you guys because everyone's out there at the moment. Everyone might be in self-isolation, and we want to keep the content coming from you guys. So stick with us, and we'll bring you the best that we possibly can over the next couple of weeks. Before we go for this week, though, Listener of the Week, who we're giving it to? Chris, you can award it.
Can I choose?
Yep, go for it.
Right, do you know what? She's one of my favourite people. I think I'm going to go for Louise Westy.
Yeah,
I'm
going to also.
She was saying Hogan versus Warrior, and
Hogan v Warrior.
The reason why I'm picking Louise Westy is she is one of the reasons why British wrestling, Scottish wrestling in particular, is so strong. She's a dedicated fan. She goes to every show.
Right.
She takes all the pictures. She gets involved. She never misses a trick. She never misses a show. She waits behind to meet the wrestlers. Unfortunately, I took a bit of a sore one to the head on Saturday, so I couldn't really go out and speak to the fans. But I did see her across the road at Walkabout. I tried to get a wee wave. But Louise, I just want to thank you for being such a great fan of wrestling. Everybody appreciates you. You're a bit hardcore when it comes to the tweeting, your Twitter daft, but you know what? Thank you so much for being a fan. You're a great supporter of British wrestling. I just want you to know that everybody in the scene, everybody backstage appreciates your support.
Oh,
Absolutely.
brilliant. Westy, we love you because she's always tweeting the Wrestling Daft account.
That's because she's never off Twitter.
flying the flag.
Don't get me
for us.
wrong. Calm down with the tweets, saying you're...
Westy, listen, she's going to be Twitter mad when we put the belt on her this week.
Absolutely.
You're getting a belt.
She's getting the big belt. There it is there. Listener of the Week,
Yes,
Westy.
yes.
She's getting the belt put on her. So thank you for listening to Wrestling Daft this week. We will be back definitely next week, but it might be slightly different. Thanks to Chris. Thanks to Grado. And Grado, do you want to go out on a song?
Gonna get a wee song dedicated to Westy.
Listener of the Week, Westy.
Listen to me, Westy.
Yes,
Thank
bring
you.
yourself, Westy.
And to everybody else, as I said, we're all going to be stuck in the house. Spread the word. Wrestling Daft. Listen back to the archives. Join up. Buy t-shirts. I hear that I'm a Wrestler T's new t-shirt.
We've still got that. We've still got that design. That's fine though. We'll get that design.
There's a design coming, but aye. So just keep listening to the shows. Spread the word of Wrestling Daft. We're still going to be here. Thanks so much for listening. I'm having a ball doing this, and I'm sure Crystal will be back in sooner rather than later. All the best, troops, and remember, it's yourself!
And that's the whole fucking story.
Audio Frontier.